hate puppies. I do hate puppies.
Good podcast. Brendan's going to get one.
Are you really?
I feel threatened.
Yeah, well,
Is this the old "so my dog has a friend" thing?
I don't know. Stu, you got any line for us, one-liner?
I hate Saved by the Bell.
Ew.
Gosh.
Okay. Jeez.
That's coming out swinging.
That's right after Dustin Diamond's death. That
I would
is-
put $10 on Screech to fuck you up.
Not now.
Not now.
No,
yeah.
during stage 4.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House. Apparently, we're full of hate tonight. It's Richmond's #1 hate-rated podcast.
hate in your heart.
Apparently.
Let it out.
So does Screech have a good life or not? Like,
Dude, he
I
had
think he had to have a
difficult
good
life.
life.
he died
right?
at 44, but I mean,
No, he had some problems there in the middle.
well, yeah, but I'm saying like overall,
I mean, he was
Was that-
saved
You know
by
the movies where like there's the dorky kid that the bully throws the beer can and hits him in the back of the head all the time?
Yeah.
That was Screech, I think, his whole life.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying.
There was a period of time there where he was also the man.
There was?
Sure, I mean,
To
he was
people
on,
that never saw Saved by the Bell.
No, he was on Saved by the Bell. I mean, you don't think that there was a certain level of fame, like when he was 14 to 18?
Let me ask you
Well,
this. Do you think chicks were throwing the puss to Urkel
Yeah, Jaleel White's actually a very attractive dude.
when he
Remember
was
when-
Urkel and not known?
Remember when he?
No, you see,
Switched?
that was the difference. Yeah, remember? Oh,
So
the
you mean to
Urkel
tell
was
me he wasn't
badass?
Urkel all the time?
No, so that was the funny thing. That was the funny thing. Jaleel White actually was a pimp. It's just like the kid on
Like Gator, like a legit pimp?
dude, Jaleel
Gator's
White.
bitches better be wearing jimmies.
Jaleel White was a stud in the same way that Carlos Valderrama from the '70s show.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
he played Fez. He was a pimp.
Yes.
Screech was not.
Right.
So
No.
I get what you're, but I mean those two guys played the dork and then
But to
slayed.
Ely's point, like Screech was probably that kid in real life, and had he not gotten to play it on screen, he would have never been anything, right? Like he would have been a dorky guy that's been picked on his entire life.
Yeah, I just feel like
But he's-
if you were in the club and you saw Screech, you wouldn't be like, "Oh my God, so great to see you." Every dude in there is like, "Screech, you motherfucker!"
Yeah.
I think if you have the right attitude, you can pull that off.
Yeah, but 25-years ain't
Yeah.
having that
I
shit.
bet he got laid.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't everyone?
True.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's
If he
very
didn't gotten laid by the 40, he gave himself stage 4 if that was the case.
His nuts just swelling. I don't know, Doc.
But he was like typecast. Like he did every version of that show forever. Like there was never like,
No.
oh, let's cast you in this thriller, or let's like it's like,
Yeah,
hey
he's-
nerd, come back here, don't go anywhere.
He stayed
Right.
with it all the way through
Yeah.
through the college years. But
Oh no,
okay.
there was 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah, and he was
after
on
that,
and he was
Yeah.
in those as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Is it true, too, that he's Mike D's brother? Was that debunked?
That was not
No.
That
true.
is not
I'd heard that.
He's,
but
No?
he's
No.
Neil Diamond's son.
No,
And that's
he's
not Mike D's?
He is Neil Diamond's son.
I don't think that's true.
Dustin.
If
Neil
we only
Diamond.
had
I
the computer.
I don't think
cannot-
that's true.
Yeah, you better get on Snopes, Stu, because I think
So it is true, Brendan, that you are related to
the Kennedys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
I'm
your last
joking.
name's the same.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay.
right.
As I
He's
always.
not Neil
Brendan
Diamond's-
Fitzgerald Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
He's not
The
Neil
fourth.
Diamond. He's not Neil Diamond's son.
Exactly.
He's not Neil Diamond's
No.
son.
Is he
No.
Mike D's brother?
He's nobody's son.
He's somebody's son.
Stu's trying to walk this back.
Yeah.
I think I just fucking with y'all. Totally got you. I knew that the whole time.
He is the son of Jamie and,
And
Mark,
Diamond.
Diamond.
Yeah, there's no relation.
And then Stu has his safety. He was nobody's son. No,
we went
that's
from
not-
Neil Diamond's son to no one's son.
It
Yeah.
just looked good.
I think everything falls between there, right?
Yeah, it's like Screech and Jesus. It's just
Yeah.
nobody. Just
He's definitely
immaculate,
Jesus' son.
immaculate conception.
I mean, he lived a. I don't know, man. I don't know if I know many people would want to trade for that life.
I think if he had the right attitude, he could have played it just fine.
his
It's all about your attitude.
True.
If he gets butthurt every time
True.
somebody
I agree
says
with
Screech,
that.
Well, there was
and
a
he
time where
throws
he
a
was
fit,
getting butt
then-
hurt, I think. Like
Yeah.
he got
And
tired
then-
of being the dork.
when people try to fight him and he fights back and like
Oh, he did those
instead of-
celebrity boxing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He took it all wrong. But if people are like Screech and you're just kind of play it
Own
cool and you're a cool dude, they'll stop picking on you,
Yeah.
and you become
Well, his top four
Dustin Diamond.
his top 4 highlights are Saved by the Bell, then just
Saved by the Bell.
sex tape, some sex tape,
which he had to walk back and say it wasn't him; it was a body double.
and then Behind the Bell, and then all the other like reality shows he did.
Is Behind the Bell the name of the sex tape?
No, it could be.
BELLE.
I think that's when yeah.
So do we think Zach Morris has had a better life?
Come on! Are you serious?
I mean, he hasn't done anything. I feel like they might be competing for more like business.
Zach Morris's fake life was better than Screech's real life.
That's true.
Mark
Actually,
Paul
he's
Gosselaar is on NCIS or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah, that's
actually,
right.
And he's actually on the new show Mixed. That is a spin-off of Blackish.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, and he plays
He's the
like
dad. He's the dad.
hippie dad.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
not
doing.
watch it. I just see the promos.
I've watched
Yeah.
it a couple times, and I'm like, just go back to being Zach.
Yeah.
Like it's not working for me.
But I
Yeah.
think he was successful on that NCI, whatever crime show he was on.
Yeah, he did. Zach did very well for himself. All of them did pretty well for themselves, except for
What's her
Jesse.
name?
Spano?
No, she did better than
But she
Lisa.
went down the Showgirls route. Oh yeah,
That
you're
was a
right. What
great
happened?
movie.
Turtle.
What did Lisa do?
Exactly,
Yeah,
nothing.
now that
No, I
think
mean,
about
Jesse
it.
went down the drugs and hard, didn't she?
I don't know that
yeah,
she was
when
on
she was so
drugs.
excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
Right.
That show was like,
The best.
well, it's a great show if you're of a certain age, and it's in our wheelhouse.
You ever played the Saved by the Bell drinking game?
Oh, I cannot know, but I can only imagine.
It's one of the greatest drinking games I've ever played. And in college, I actually had, because we didn't have the internet really, I had.
Well, and back then it was on heavy syndication.
Yeah.
Like,
So you could watch
find
it.
it on any channel. Like, oh, it's not on 17. Let's go to 26, and there it is.
Yeah.
Like,
we would watch that. And
this is back when there were only 2-digit channels, kids.
yeah. And it was probably the greatest drinking game I'd ever played because you got to watch Saved by the Bell, but they had some serious penalties in there. Like if Screech got stuffed in a locker, boom, chug a beer.
Yeah.
Like that shit went to if Screech
Oh, so it
dressed
wasn't
up as
just
a woman,
one rule.
boom.
It wasn't a one rule game.
No.
Like every time they say this, you drink. It's
Tons
like,
of rules. If somebody pauses
and
time,
different punishments.
turns to the camera and talks, you're
Well, that's
drinking
Zach.
half
That's
a
a
beer.
Zach thing.
That's a Zach thing. If Zach uses his cell phone, there's a
brick.
certain amount of drinks there. There were all kinds of little things. And if Tori Spelling was on, I remember that was a big deal.
Wasn't that the beach
Violet?
one?
No, that was
Oh, who else was on there though? Was who's the damn Scientology chick? She was
Stacey
on there.
Carosi was her name. Leah Remini.
Leah Remini was
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
beach at
Yep,
the beach episodes, right?
season.
It was that drinking game was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because you would always be drinking a couple and then something big would happen. If you caught an episode where Zach turned to the camera or Screech got stuffed in a locker and dressed up as a woman, you'd be hammered by the end of the 30 minutes.
That's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the little bombs in there.
But that is terrible about Screech. I mean, legitimately, they
Yeah.
just announced it, and like a week later, he was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I'm really sick. I need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's over.
Stage
Dude.
4 lung cancer.
That's insane.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did. have
44.
kind of-
That's hella young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Screech years, that's 100.
Yeah. What is it? Multiply by 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, I think
Something
so.
like that. Yeah.
We all did it as kids.
Yeah. That's right.
I got to think, though, you're right. His career was probably screwed playing that character because he was 12 years old when he started.
Well, they were all really young because the first season was that Miss Bliss show before they went to Saved by the Bell. But I did read that he was like 3 or 4. I don't know. He was significantly younger than the rest of the cast.
Really?
Yeah, so he was always like ironically, he was the outsider of that group, just like in the show. Like he was kind of the
Yeah.
one.
The
who
Screech.
didn't- exactly.
Right.
The premise of that show was kind of silly too when you think about like the most popular dude with his best friend is the biggest dork in the school. Like
Yeah.
that would never fly.
Right.
Then the jock, which
Well,
okay,
that kind of flies in junior high, though. When they started,
Well-
that kind of does because you haven't really broken off into the cliques.
yeah, but by high school, the Zach Morris character would have been like, "Get this nerd out of here."
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like
except he needed someone to help take down Slater.
Hey,
that
Screech,
son of
man,
a
don't
bitch.
talk to me when anyone's around.
exactly.
Catch me behind the bleachers if
Hey,
you
well-
need something.
We'll hook back up at home
At
later.
Sizzler.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll hang out, when we're 30. Yeah. And you're making money and I'm not.
he's 6 years younger than Elizabeth Berkley, and he was 4 years younger than the rest of the main 6 characters.
Which is,
And
at
just in
that age,
general.
is huge, right? I mean,
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
They're 16 and 17. You're 12.
Because they're
Is that a
so-
Harvey Weinstein show we need to look into?
let's roll that.
might
back.
be.
You got to think about that. I mean, like, those kids are hooking up, and, like, he's not even there yet. He's like, you guys got
Yeah.
the new G.I. Joe?
Right.
Like, he's in a totally different mental
For
state.
sure.
Yeah, he's
That had to be tough.
1977, and the rest of the cast is 74 or older.
Oh,
Wow.
we poor little,
R.I.P. man.
poor little out for Screech.
My
Have
kids,
you-
my kids like that show though.
Have you guys seen The Little Things on HBO yet?
Is that the new movie with?
Yes.
No,
Not
but the
familiar.
trailer looks amazing.
It's pretty good.
It's a good movie,
Yes. Jared Leto is amazing.
dude. He's a great actor.
Dude.
Better rock star.
True.
He's one of the
no.
few people. No, but
I
he's one of the,
disagree.
he is
Better
one of the few
actor.
people that is exceptionally good at both,
For
independent
sure.
of the other.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
wasn't. I
he
didn't
could-
mean it, but now that I'm thinking, I'm like, he is a damn good rock star.
Yeah, absolutely.
He
He's
could
a
quit
damn good
either
actor.
and be successful.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not an actor who's trying to be a rock star,
Right,
like,
right.
or a
Yeah.
rock star who's trying to be an actor. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he's a stud at both of those things.
Because you do that, you were like, "Oh, I'm going to see Billy Bob Thornton." People are like, "Okay." Like, these dudes do that all the time. He was like, "Nah, this isn't Jared Leto's band. This is 30 Seconds from Mars, and we're a legitimate rock band."
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, Denzel Washington's in it?
Yes. And it's the first movie where Denzel looks old to me.
Which
Oh,
is sad.
really?
It is.
Did they give him gray hair?
Oh, yeah. Big old belly.
He
And all
probably
kinds of
has
stuff.
gray hair.
He
Probably didn't have
does.
to
I
give
think
it
this
to
was like
him.
the legit first time he didn't wear any makeup.
Oh,
Yeah.
he has a belly too.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they were like, just show up. Like,
No, I don't know that the belly's real.
I've
Oh,
not
okay.
seen enough Denzel movies. Is he a good actor, or is he just always Denzel?
he's always Denzel.
I think he's a good actor because he's always Denzel.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of my
you
favorites.
can be both, is what
yes,
you're saying. Yeah.
absolutely.
No, I get that. Like,
Denzel in Training Day may be one of my favorite
Oh,
characters
yeah.
ever of
But
all time.
he's forever like, you got a little dark past, drinks too much, or there's drugs
Well, I was
involved.
gonna say,
Yeah.
well,
whether it's-
Man on
whether
Fire
it's-
is amazing.
Yeah.
But
Like,
whether it's
greatest.
good or bad, whether he's playing a cop or a bad guy,
Yeah.
it's still like the same typecast. It's the same.
Yeah.
Which
Absolutely.
Training Day is kind of the same movie
Yeah.
as Man on Fire, just different roles. Like, he's
Right.
the bad guy in one and the hero in the other.
What is his
Exactly.
role in this movie?
Looks like
He
he's-
is a. You know what this movie is? This is crazy, actually.
Okay.
This is 7. It is
Oh.
exactly 7.
Ugh, what's in the
Damn.
box?
As far as and as you're watching it, you're going to be like, "Holy fuck, Ely's right." It's
So
7.
he's Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
So
And
Interesting.
he's Morgan Freeman, and the dude that played Freddie Mercury is
Rami Malek is
Yeah.
Brad
is
Pitt,
Brad Pitt
and then Jared Leto
is the bad guy.
All right, well, that's a great movie.
Well, I
then.
guess I don't need to see it.
You really do.
Okay, I'm confused though. Is it? It's not exactly like Seven. It just has that vibe.
No, it's damn near.
Okay, I'll check it out.
I mean,
Search for a serial killer who terrorizes L.A.
does sound
So is
close.
Freeman a cop?
it's fucking 7.
Yeah,
He's the old cop.
yeah.
Robin
Denzel
got the young
Washington.
cop trying to show him the ropes, and the old cop's got the skills and
So
they're
it's
looking for
basically
the-
a Denzel movie. It's just he's not
No.
a troubled past.
No. It's not like I'm Denzel and I'm fucking screaming and fucking people up. There's zero of that.
Okay, he's not the badass. He's
no,
like the-
he's not in any way,
Yeah,
shape,
but
or
he's
form.
the seasoned veteran.
Yes.
he has the knowledge.
Yes.
So maybe
Yes.
that's what he's going to become. Maybe he'll play 2 roles officially. Younger
Yes.
Denzel.
But
he's
I'm
turning into
telling you,
Morgan
you guys need
Freeman.
to watch it because we need to talk about the end. I'm dying to talk about the end.
I don't have HBO.
You can use my login, or I'll just
right.
we can Marco Polo for 2 hours.
In 60-second increments.
that is some low def shit.
For sure.
We'll just FaceTime.
All right,
You just
we'll
sit the
talk
phone up.
about it.
Yeah.
You like say yeah every once in a while.
All right, I'm checking that out because I'm running out of things to watch.
It's good.
Dude, speaking of serial killers, I got hooked on Mindhunter.
Oh yeah, dude.
I've watched the 2 seasons. Apparently, there's supposed to be a 3rd one coming out, but it's the 70s. It's the founding.
That show's
of the
amazing.
What show's
behavioral-
that on?
Netflix.
I need
True
to look
story,
that up.
too.
Troy
I need to look
loves.
that
Troy
up.
loves.
It's-
He's
My
a
thing with
murder porn guy.
Oh,
lately.
dude, my thing with Netflix is like I go to documentaries. I love documentaries, but like they just show you the same thing. I know they have thousands,
Yeah.
but like you scroll all the way to the end, it's like that's it. And I'm like, that was 30.
Right.
Like, keep it going. Like,
right.
Let me
and
just.
my
scroll
friend just mentioned a show that wasn't in there. Where is it?
Yeah. Yeah, if it doesn't pop up, you have to search it out.
Yeah.
And how do you?
Yeah, because there's a million in there. It's
Yes.
just,
Right.
they're like, here's what you like.
Amazon
Right.
Prime, my Amazon Prime TV, like that thing will scroll for eternity.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't stop.
Speaking of Prime, I also watched Peanut Butter Falcon for the first time.
I still
Is
want
that
to
on
see
Prime?
that.
Dude,
I want to see that.
It's free on Prime right
Yeah.
now too.
I got a Prime story.
Okay.
I want to. It just reminded me of something that is hilarious. So we got a buddy, Atlanta Jim.
Yeah.
Leave it at Atlanta Jim.
Right.
Hanging out with him.
Nothing to see here.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with him, and we're talking about Amazon Prime. We were talking about movies that were on Amazon Prime
yeah.
streaming, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't have Amazon Prime streaming," and I'm like, "You don't have Amazon Prime? Like, everyone's got Amazon Prime." And he goes, "No, I mean I got Amazon Prime. I got the 2-day shipping," and I'm like, "Well then, you have the Amazon Prime streaming."
Guess what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprise.
Here's what I got you for Christmas.
That's right.
Yeah,
Free
go
movies.
log in. I hooked you up.
Right.
So then he's like, no. I don't. I just have the 2-day shipping. I'm like, that's not how it works. And he says, well, it's not our account. I was like, oh, so you're using someone else's account. And we're like going through, it felt very much like the Deuce story, the way it's like all
Yeah.
starting to unravel. Like
Uh-huh.
the more questions we ask, the more like things
Well,
are.
I'm on another account. Our Prime is with
Okay.
in-laws.
Now
and
I'm going to ask, is it family?
I assume so, yeah. Because, I mean, like, when I go to Amazon, there's, like, a bunch of stuff. Like, I can click where's
But
shipping.
the people who are on that account are family.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
family member that's paying
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
And that was one of the things we keep chipping away, and he's like, a lot of
Jimmy's
people
on
have
Deuce's
that.
account?
No,
Because
But
Deuce
so-
is making that deposit.
That's right.
so we're like, well, then is it family? And he's like, no, and he's like, but a lot of people do this, and so we go around the room, and we go through like who has access to our Amazon accounts,
Yeah.
and it's every person in the room. It's a family member that will occasionally jump in. And I'm thinking, okay, occasionally, it's not a big deal. Family members, this is what you do. But that's kind of a family thing. The Amazon Prime is kind of a big deal.
It's personal.
Yeah, because you can see if I ordered a dildo,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's all there. So you kind of want to keep it in the
Well,
family.
not just that, but the person who owns it gets emails when the shit's ordered.
Yeah.
All
Your-
day long.
Your Megatron dildo's on its way.
Yes.
And that's
4
something
heads.
Yeah.
That's something you don't want your friends to see, just your parents.
Right.
Is that what you're getting at?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I like
right.
when my
They're the ones ordering it for me.
I got rid of that one with the pull start and got the electric start, so we're ready to rock
Exactly, yeah.
now.
It's got a key.
which is a lot more convenient.
You can just-
Four-stroke?
you can
Yeah, I'm
just
getting
stay
too
in-
old to be kickstarting shit.
Just
Well,
stay in the
and
basement.
everything smelled like gas. Horrible. But so we're talking about this, and I'm like, well, I guess you don't use it a whole lot. And he's like,
Every day.
I mean, we probably get like 10 deliveries a week. And I'm just like, what the
Jeez.
fuck, dude? How does this work? And he's like, well, so actually, I don't have access to it. My wife has access to it. So I text my wife, and then my wife texts like the person
What the what?
or somehow like places the order. I'm like, and you're
What?
doing this 10 times a week?
It's
And he's like-
$80 a year.
He literally says between
So there, he's not even
Between
logging
his-
in. He's not using
he
somebody's
doesn't even
password.
log
He doesn't
in.
even
He's just
log in.
He
texting.
sends a text,
and then
he's-
she's texting.
yes, or she's placing the order. That part was a little.
You know how
But
Amazon
totally triggered something in my brain though, because last time I was with him, I had a similar interaction, and I was like, yeah, just like, I'll what was it? Oh,
I'll get that. I'll text my wife.
that's what he would do. He legitimately he was texting his wife from Myrtle Beach, South
Yes.
Carolina, in Georgia, to order him food at the house.
What
in Myrtle?
What?
He was getting Grubhub delivered and texting his wife what to order him, and it was getting delivered in Myrtle Beach.
Hey guys, you know how Amazon's really cheap and easy? I want to make it real difficult and a pain in the fucking ass.
That's the
Let's
thing.
do that. Let's do it
he
that
has
way.
to find the product, copy the link, send it to his wife. Then she has to either log into the account or text the person.
That sounds
I
like
don't think that's true, because something tells me if he had to do that, he would do it on his own. He probably is just like, give me my Chipotle bowl.
no.
Send.
He said he has no way to access the account. He has no idea what the login
No,
is.
he texts her and says, give me my Chipotle bowl and send. And she knows what
Ely's
his
saying the
Chipotle
wife has
flavor is.
access to the account.
Yeah. So all right. So that brings up another question.
But I'm
Do
talking
they have-
food. You're talking when
Do
they
they
order
have
something.
do they
Yes.
have multiple accounts through other people then, where he's having to do this shenanigans where he texts his wife and then she secretly logs into someone's account
Maybe.
and has it delivered? Because that's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah.
we didn't peel that particular layer of the onion.
None
back.
of
Right.
it is worth $80.
None.
Like,
No.
I mean, if I had to do that twice a year, I'd be like, I'm paying $80.
Right.
Like,
So
I'm not,
do you think that this would create a strain on your friendship if, say, this has been going on for like 5 years, 10 orders a week?
No.
So
I would think it was odd.
I
Yeah,
know
you
if
think
I
it's
was
odd.
if it is going from him to his wife to the other wife, and I was the other wife, and I had to place orders for you, dude, I would lose my goddamn
Wait
mind.
a minute. Wait. Let's back up.
And that
Are you
part,
convinced? I don't think there's no chance.
I think she has the login.
Yes.
I think his wife
She's just
has
ordering
the
it
login.
for
Okay,
him.
Right.
Yeah.
take the other wife out.
Now your wife's annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If my wife had to 10 times a week had to ask me to put an order in for something, I'd be like, for the love of God, how can we get you to do this on your own? Like,
I
Yeah.
ordered 3 things on Amazon today.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like I would have had to text my wife 3 times. My wife does not want to hear from me between 8 and 5.
No.
Unless
Right.
there's something up.
Yeah, unless
Last
there's an
thing she wants
emergency.
is, hey, I need peanuts.
Yeah.
Because I did order some peanuts today. Or I needed some stuff to wax a car. Ordered that today.
Yeah.
Kentucky jelly.
Kentucky jelly. It's the best.
Yeah.
But so I
Air
was
quotes, car wax.
Right.
I was like, how tight are you with this friend? And he's like, strangely, we don't really talk to them that much anymore. I was like,
it's
hold
not
on.
strange.
So so I'm like, so you don't talk to these people anymore? He's like, yeah, the wife just started getting weird, and I'm like, maybe
guys
it's
are the weird
because
ones.
you guys are ordering 10 different shipments. It's filling up their inbox.
Yeah, maybe they're
every
like,
week.
they did. It was one of those things where like you offer something to somebody just like out of courtesy,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, you can use our thing, meaning, yeah, we're nice, but really don't use it. And then they're like, I'm jumping all over this shit.
Right.
And if you notice that somebody's ordering 10 things a week, they have the money to get an Amazon account.
Yes.
Right.
And so we started busting his balls.
That's hilarious.
Nice.
We're like, Atlanta Jim, you have got to get your own Amazon account. I was like, not only do you have
Did
perks,
he have a counter argument? I don't know where
his
your
counter argument was, I never really thought about that.
Oh, okay, so he did have a counter argument.
No, he was just like, oh shit. He's like, do you think they mind? And I'm like, if you were on my account, I would let you try it for about a year. You've been doing this for 5 years. And I was like, and on top of that, I said, your wife is probably pretty annoyed that her kids are texting
Yeah.
her to do this, that she's having to enter all these things. I mean, even if you take the other couple out of it, it's all running through your wife.
Yeah.
Counter argument wasn't, yeah, but I got that $80.
Right.
And he's not hurting for the money. They're ordering
Obviously,
10
yeah.
things a week.
He's
Right.
ordering food, so you're obviously, if you're ordering food to be delivered to you through Amazon, you're doing all right.
So he's officially getting off their account. Like,
don't-
Oh, really?
He said he was like, I am going home. He's like, it never occurred to me that I was being a leech. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, you're being a leech, and they have to see it 10 times a
Yeah.
week and are reminded of the fact that
And
you're
maybe
skimming
buy
off the
them,
top.
maybe throw them $80 for the.
Yeah, but
Cause.
my question is, I don't use Prime a whole lot. Is there something that you accrue as a user, like points or anything?
No value.
based on
no value in
usage?
usage.
Nope.
No.
So there's
No.
okay.
And you
Is there some curmudgeon somewhere that's like buying and not using Prime?
yeah,
I refuse
Yeah.
to spend the $80.
well, and you can set up multiple accounts on one account. Like ours is with my in-laws, and my sister-in-law and brother-in-law have an account. Another set of their friends have it. Like you
Yeah.
can have more than one account on it.
Yeah.
Which hopefully they've done, because if I
Hopefully.
was going to look and see where my order is and I had to scroll through
Everything
all
they
of
order.
your orders,
Yeah.
I would be frustrated. So I have an experiment with him, because he said they don't hang out with the couple anymore. Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
They
So
have-
when he closes and changes to try to catch back up with him?
I said I want a year from now you to tell me if that friendship has grown.
Yeah.
Because if so, your leeching was the cancer in
Yeah.
the friendship.
Yeah.
So I'm dying to know. I'm going to give it a year, because I think that's
I don't
how
know that
long
I see the leeching piece. I would just see them being like,
it's annoying.
like
They're
they would.
tiring. They don't feel like they're getting used. They're probably just like, oh. Like,
I think they're dumbfounded. They're like, what the fuck are these people not buying
Yeah.
an Amazon account for?
Yeah, I just think it's just a little
We can't-
ticky-tack thing
we
that,
can't
that
go
weighs
to
on you.
we can't go to dinner with them. They'll make us pay for everything. Like they don't have any money.
Yeah.
So it's funny you brought up Amazon, because I kind of wanted to bring it up. I've heard on every podcast I listen to and every news source, they're talking about Amazon this week because Bezos is stepping down.
Yeah.
Not
And
really.
And
but
I know,
kinda.
and everybody's freaking out. And I'm like, first off, no, he's not. I mean, yes, for show he is. He's been doing it 25 years. He's a gajillionaire. Like,
Right.
why does anyone?
He's like
Yeah.
the richest man in
Yeah,
the world.
like-
Step down.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
Go
he
to the
wants to
beach.
stop. Like, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like,
I'd be on an island somewhere with
yes.
Yeah.
He gave up.
Castaway beard.
How much money
He
did
lost.
his wife
He
get?
lost half of his fortune.
But how much was that? Do you recall what she got in the
don't.
settlement?
I don't know,
Stu,
90 million or something.
I think
it's
it was
more than that.
billions.
Sorry, 900 million.
I think it was in the
yeah,
billions
billions maybe.
that she walked away with, and that didn't hurt him at all.
Yeah,
Like that's
he just kept skyrocketing up
dude,
again.
If my wife took half my money, I'd have to get on someone's Amazon account.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like quick.
I just couldn't believe I heard about it. Literally
35 billion.
$35 billion is what he
is the
paid
settlement
her.
for divorce.
Dude.
And I heard about it on sports
crazy.
podcasts. Like I
She
heard
got
about
robbed.
it across the board, and I just was like, "Who is really surprised by this?" I'm not surprised by this at all.
No.
No, when you can hand over $35 billion
And be good.
and then you're still making more.
Yeah.
Like, I think you can walk away and take a vacation.
Here's the question, though: is he doing this because he wants? That's not. Obviously, he wants to. But is he doing this because he sees inefficiencies in his own mind and he needs someone else, or is he doing it because he's like, I'm just exhausted?
I saw him say this yesterday. He said he wanted to keep Amazon thinking like tomorrow's the first day of the new job.
So he's
like
he thinks he's
reinventing.
the
He wants to
problem.
Yeah.
No,
Makes
he wants
sense.
to.
No, but he thinks he's stagnant. Like, you
Yeah.
need to
Right.
get some
Yeah.
fresh
That's what I was
thinking
saying,
in there.
right.
Which
Well,
is
it's like
good.
it's kind of like sports, where like you might have a good coach or a good player every now and then. You just gotta cut bait and pick up somebody new, and it might not even be as good a coach or player, but it's fresh minds, fresh eyes, like fresh ideas.
Yeah, and if he
He'll
has
still
the-
be on the board or something.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely, he
Yeah,
invented
he's
it.
executive
President.
Is that what it is?
But if you have the
Uh,
wherewithal to do that, that's
Managing director. or
he's
something?
pretty self-aware.
Something.
I like that.
it's an argument. I think we've talked about this years ago. Like, people get on the sports stars who retire early, and I'm like, if I told you coming out of college or high school, you could go make 10 to 100 million in 10 years and retire, wouldn't you do that job? Whether it's football
Yes.
or working for United States Postal Service. Like, if I could work 10 years and make enough money to never work again, I would gladly do that.
Yes,
But that's probably why I'm not super successful. I guess these guys have a different gene. They just want to keep going and going and
Yeah.
going.
I think just greed is strong.
Yeah.
Well, he's worth $197 billion is his net worth, and he's just stepping down to be a chief executive.
Yeah.
Executive chair.
stepping down.
Yeah.
But that just means he doesn't have to make every decision. He doesn't have
Well,
to get
that's
contacted.
the thing, right?
with
Like, he's
every
not getting
stupid
called
thing.
in the middle of the night. Like, he's
Yeah. He
he's-
shows up to the board meeting and goes, no, yes,
Yeah.
no. And now he's just a vote,
exactly.
which is
And
great. As a-
probably more than one vote.
yeah, that's true. He's like, I'm stepping down. I have 3 votes.
Yeah.
Who's the guy in the corner that just keeps staring at us?
Yeah.
yeah.
We were 10 yays and 4 no's, but the guy back there that said no trumped everybody. So how does that work?
Well, he's 3 votes.
You don't know who that is? Shut up, Mike.
Yeah. I don't know, Todd.
Yeah. Yeah, I just couldn't believe they kept blowing that up this week. I was like, man, good on him. Who wants to, like, you're never promised tomorrow, so fucking go enjoy yourself.
Yeah, he's earned it. He's earned it.
For sure.
Plus, he knows that AI is about to take over better than anybody. So he's like,
Yeah.
I better enjoy the next 5 years
Yeah.
because I've set a course in motion
Yeah.
that is problematic at best. He probably also walked in a warehouse and saw how his employees were treated and was like, ooh, I think I got to go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to step down. I want to remove the ethics part of my job.
Yeah, I don't want that to be on me when they come gunning.
Yeah.
He's not volunteering for.
You know what
Take
they
down
also
Todd
said-
over here.
They also said, though, that they're unionizing.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's probably a really good time to step down. When the unions get involved with your workforce that you
That
build,
could be actually a directly reason why
you
he's
have
doing it.
over $100 billion. The union's coming. Cash out.
Yep.
Cash out.
Walk away from the table.
Before I knew he was taking a second position, when I first heard it, that was my first thought was something. He knows something bad's going to happen. Now, I didn't know about union. I didn't know about him taking another position. But when I heard the blurb that he was stepping down, I didn't know he wasn't quitting. But I was like, What's he getting ahead
Yeah,
of?
they officially unionized, and it may have been California. It's one of the main areas. They unionized. That's a good time to back out.
Good. Also, a good time to work for Amazon. Get in when the union fires up.
That's the truth.
Man.
Tends to work for those people.
Yeah, Screech and Bezos are going in different directions here.
Yeah.
Totally.
Just opposite ends.
That's how I looked at
Way
it.
opposite ends.
Speaking of dudes who have too much, but took a break for a long time, we got the Super Bowl this weekend. You got Brady, a man who did not follow the greed his entire career, sacrificed contracts to allow for the team to be better, and now we got him back. I'm excited about this. Like, I'm excited to see this.
This is the first Super Bowl I can remember where I don't have a
I have
rooting
no
interest.
dog in the hunt.
like I usually root for the underdog, and
which is now Brady.
And I usually root. Well, I usually root against Brady because he's there all the time. But being that Kansas City won last year, I'm like, well, it'd be cool for the Bucs. They hadn't won in 20 years.
It's a tough one.
But then I'm at the same time like, do I need Brady to win another one? The stat that I heard the other day that was crazy is if Brady wins this Super Bowl, he will have more Super Bowl rings than every football team.
Yeah, any one team.
That's crazy.
Just Brady.
He'll have 7, and no one, the most any
5.
team
Dallas.
has is 6.
I thought the
The
Steelers.
Dallas.
The Pats have 6 because he won 6 with
Oh,
them.
yeah.
I think the Steelers have 6.
The Steelers have 6, I think. Dallas has 5 or something. I mean, there's a bunch of teams that have a couple.
Bears have 1.
Yeah, but like,
one.
hey, some teams don't have any. Some teams have still never been to the Super Bowl. And this
That's
dude's
true.
going to his 10th.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
I find it interesting. So, who do you guys have? Is a 3.5 point spread?
There's no chance that. I mean, can they win?
the Bucks.
Yeah, can the Bucks even win?
Not on paper, no.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Well,
Not even
So-
even thinking about it.
But
like,
I'm saying-
weapon wise.
I think the Bucks
3.5
have
points.
I think the Bucks have a great defense, and I don't think Kansas City has that good of a defense. But that being said,
They have
the
a
Bucks'
really good
offense isn't that good. But exactly, like they're kind of flip flops of each other.
Bucks defense and Brady can't have any turnovers.
There is zero doubt that Kansas City is a far better football team. They've
Yeah.
got all the firepower.
Yeah.
They've got everything going for them. It shouldn't even be close. It should be a 10-point win
Yeah,
by Kansas City. But I think I'm going to bet on the Bucks at
Here-
3.5.
I can't put my money against Tom.
The over/under is 56.
All right.
I don't like the
I'm a firm
over-under.
believer in the points should be irrelevant in after like the championship game to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Like, really, we can't just take this as a straight up bet. It's the fucking Super Bowl.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
because
It's the
now-
it's the two best teams.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it should be. It should.
Right.
In theory, it should be an even matchup.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why we
but
did
we
the whole.
all agree Kansas City should smoke them.
Yeah.
So then you got to put points there to get people to gamble.
No, because there's people that believe that the Bucks are going to win,
I believe the Bucks can cover 3.5.
but you don't believe that they'll. That's not a strong bet.
I feel like if they're going to
No.
cover 3.5, they're going to win.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Is like, how
But that
can one
gives-
say they're going to cover 3.5, but I don't think they'll win? That doesn't make sense.
I've won a lot of money in Super Bowls on underdogs with them covering the spread
I'll take that action if you want to do it
at 3.5.
at 3.
You see?
I thought it was 3.
that half matters, man.
Yeah.
As of this morning, it was 3.5. But I did see that some mattress king bet like $3.5 million on the Bucks. I question if the line's about to shift. 'Cause
Yeah.
If big bets are coming in like that, it's probably going to go to.
Here's
3.
another question I have. Everybody that's on the I like to root against Brady thing, is there ever a point to where you finally turn and you're like, all right, let's hammer this throttle down and see him break every record?
That's where my mentality
Yeah.
is right now.
Yes.
I want him to win, which is clouding my judgment with this whole thing.
I've
Right.
kind
I
of turned
want
the
the
corner.
story.
Being that he's on a different team.
That's the big
it's
piece
kinda helped
where
me.
it's like
That's
there's
what I would
this
agree with.
there's this, the whole Belichick Brady conversation, who's the one, and it's like, my man is legit the Super Bowl the first year.
You know what? That last minute when Darth Vader pulls his helmet off and he's Anakin for that brief moment,
Yeah.
you kind of feel for Anakin.
Yeah.
It's like he killed the Emperor. It's like that's Brady right now. He walked away from Belichick. Like that was the Empire, and he stepped away from the dark side, and it's like one last gasp.
Well,
you kind of want him to do the right thing, which is win and be the best ever and ride off into
I
the
heard the
sunset.
counter argument years ago, and it stuck me pretty good. Like, When Tiger was dominating, I enjoyed watching Tiger dominate. When Jordan was dominating, I enjoyed watching Jordan do that. So why wouldn't I do the same for Brady?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like,
It's Belichick.
but it was, yeah. But I mean, Brady himself's never been a bad dude in
That's
public.
the thing I was going to say. He's like, if you talk to people that play with him, like he's literally the best dude on the planet.
Yeah, he's great.
Nice, like as far as personality and everything.
Belichick's
I'm
the
sure you
evil.
saw the.
You see him get choked up about talking about his dad on.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was talking about his dad, and I was going to say the video clips of him throwing the ball with Drew Brees' kids after the
I
game.
thought that was
Yeah.
great.
Like-
but look at that shitbag refused to shake hands with half the quarterbacks who beat
Yeah,
him
he
this
did that
year.
too. That
'Cause he's
was
like,
kinda
fuck
rude.
you. He's got a little bit of that
Yeah.
dick in him. Like don't let his fake
get it twisted,
Don't
yeah.
let his crocodile tears in a press conference
Right.
convince you he's a good man. The dude will deflate your balls and fucking win the game.
Yeah.
He will do whatever it takes. He's a shady son of a bitch, but he's old. It's like
Yeah, but he already signed
As-
for next year.
as people get older, you
It's
tend
ridiculous.
to forgive some of their younger faults. I
Yeah.
think.
It's weird. It's a
Well,
weird one for sure.
We do say in society, oh, he's older. Let him get away with it. He's earned it. He can do whatever he
Yeah,
wants to do.
exactly. You kind of turn your cheek a little bit.
I also heard the stat that blew me away. I think Mahomes is 23, and Mahomes' dad no, Brady's 43, and Mahomes' dad is 50. So basically, he's playing his dad.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
It's
well,
crazy.
As a dad, go dad.
That is crazy. The thing is, like, no one in the entire league can stop Kelsey.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody.
But there was a time there
Or
where
Hill.
nobody could stop
Right.
Gronkowski. And now that big, dumb, lumbering son of a bitch is over there. It's like the old guys and then Antonio Brown, who shouldn't even be allowed on a field because he's such a piece of shit. But
Well,
that's
you need him to win, though.
Cowherd threw a great idea out this week that blew my mind. He was like, Brady's all about winning. He's like, why doesn't he just start taking rookie contracts for the next 4 or 5 years? Because that's where every good team gets bogged down. Is when you start paying the quarterback $35 million, you
Yeah.
don't have money for the tools.
Right.
If Brady, Cowherd said, Brady's worth $200 million. His wife's worth $400 to $450 million. If he just took rookie contracts, pay me $4 or $5 million a year, they can.
But isn't he the only one that's ever done that?
Yeah, well, he has
he's-
taken, but he's
for
never,
many years.
But
Right.
he's,
Not- not
he's
this
never
year.
taken massive.
Right,
like-
right.
But he was like, if he did that, the Bucs could pay anyone and everyone tool wise. That you have the best wide receivers, best running backs, best O line. Like, I'm like, damn.
I feel like there's an
pretty
argument
smart.
though to be made for him, the fact that he doesn't need to do that.
Yeah.
What should he point to that shows that he needs to do that right now?
Because I've heard
Bezos.
I heard somebody
Huh?
say
Point at Bezos.
No.
I need $100 billion.
No. What I'm saying is, like, in his mind, he's like, I'm in the Super Bowl. Why do I need to take rookie contracts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
He's
he
like-
could argue for the most money, and he deserves it. But then the team can't afford to pay the other people.
Right. No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is the technique that Colin is saying, it makes no sense to do that because he's not proven that he needs to do that.
And he only has
right.
Do you know what I
2
mean?
years
Like,
left
yeah,
of
The,
making money.
the purpose is to take these rookie contracts so we can win Super Bowls. He's already in Super Bowls without doing that.
But
yeah, he took his biggest payday.
But
and went to
next
the Super
year,
Bowl.
next year you'll probably have to pay all the wideouts and running backs more and more.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it just keeps going up. Everybody, you can't afford to pay everyone what they deserve when
That's
you have.
why you have
Yeah,
to sell your
I'm-
soul.
I'm-
Get the
Yeah.
Antonio Browns of the world who are
I deserve more money next year because I went to the Super Bowl. Well, why'd you go to the Super Bowl? Because Tom Brady was my quarterback, not
yeah.
the guy previously.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of luck going in there too, for sure.
Jameis Winston would have had him in the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Saints only
And I
playoff
get-
touchdown by Jameis Winston.
See, the thing that poor people like us don't get, is that
The pores.
yeah, they're at it again.
Us and Gen Pop. Everybody back here in Gen Pop.
Like, because in my simple brain, I'm like, I can't picture myself fighting for $100 million as opposed to $112 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
No,
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm like, 100 million.
don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess it's because once their bills start to equate to that,
Yeah, you
level,
start living that life.
You're like, dude, I got 4 car notes that are $25K each.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that 110.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're not in that universe.
Right.
That's why I say I wouldn't take the net payout. I'd rather win the $5,000 a week for life than win the big lottery.
No, that's totally wrong.
Mo money, mo problems.
That's
I mean,
No.
you can invest it. I understand
Yeah.
it. I think it,
Dude,
keep
compound
it, keep
interest.
It real.
Yeah, no. You take the lump sum and get paid off the interest.
I agree with Stu. I would take if it was just me, I'd take the yearly.
Why?
I'm
just
with Ely.
so I
I'd
can't-
live
so
off
I
the
can't
interest.
fuck it up.
I mean, you can live off the interest,
You
but it's not the
can't.
same.
Well, I guess we're talking. Are you talking about $1 million lottery? Like, what are you talking about?
there's a point where if I win $100 million, give me the fucking money. I'm gonna make a shit ton of interest.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
$1 million is like there's something nice about getting a check every year or every month, however that works. So like you can live life at a certain level without worrying about it.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're not buying a Chick-fil-A. You're not doing stuff to invest your money. You're not flipping big homes. You're not doing shit with that money.
No, but if you
But
were
you're getting
handed $1 million, you might not buy a Chick-fil-A.
If I was handed $1 million, I would grow it. I wouldn't be
you
like,
might.
sweet, just give me extra money in my every monthly bills. The fuck's that doing for me?
The odds say that you won't. I know you're an individual, but I'm saying if you look at the
Yeah, the
odds,
statistics
the
say
statistics
you'll fuck
say
it
you're
up.
gonna fuck it up. Whereas Stu's saying you can't fuck it up at $5,000 a month.
A week.
Sure, you could.
You still could.
You could,
still
but you could recover.
maybe.
It's $5,000 a
Because
week
then
for
you
life.
just fucking go buy something dumb after you've waited for 3 months.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck?
I mean, if you had
Or
the,
your the creditors see you have
yeah.
this money coming. They're like, we'll give you $100,000 loan.
Yeah.
and
if you had the intestinal fortitude, you'd stick it in the bank. You wouldn't do anything for a year and just live off interest. Then boom, forever.
I got a question
And
for
it would
you.
be Stu's and my situation with
Yeah.
the world's greatest safety net waiting for you if you
Yeah.
ever needed to tap in.
Right.
I got a lottery question for you, and I know it's probably different for all of us, but like, what is the number that you feel you would need to win before you were like,
I'm out.
I'm done working. I'm like total lifestyle change, like
10 mil?
20.
20.
I think 10 million might fall short on where you could.
We're talking net, like in our hand, right? Not
Right,
the-
after
Yeah, like
taxes.
Right.
you buy a lottery ticket, whether you win 1 million with it, 10 million, 100 million. Like, what's your? It could be 10 million. You know, you're getting 6, whatever. Like, I don't know that number, but I feel like if I won $1 million tomorrow, I'd be like, well, I'm going to work. Like, it's not walk up and give.
Well, I
people
would be going to
middle
work
fingers.
because I couldn't sit around the house forever.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
because
saying
you don't have enough to sit around the house forever.
No, I wouldn't. I would never. If you gave me the Sultan of Brunei's money tomorrow, I wouldn't want to sit around the house forever.
Right.
Yeah, but if you had that money, you wouldn't have to. You could travel. You could go wherever and do it. You wouldn't go to work per se every day.
Right. But yes,
I
that's
think
fair.
I think if you got 10 million, you would have to work at managing it to retire. And I think if you got 20 million, that difference, you wouldn't have to, schedule as much, invest, do whatnot.
If you got 10 million, you wouldn't need to work to retire. You wouldn't need to work towards retirement.
You could invest it and
You
live
could
off
invest,
it.
but
You could put that shit. I mean, you can get if you get 4% on it,
Yeah.
you $400,000 every fucking year to spend into eternity.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Right. Like
Yeah.
you
Not
can't
bad.
retire off $400,000, bro.
I
They're
for sure
selling some fucking houses.
Stu's got a big nut to cover every month.
yeah, he's got a Chevy.
Yeah, he's got a 2014 Impala. You think that thing's going to
Right.
pay for itself?
I think, to Troy's point, it is a personal question because, one, you have to trust your own fortitude. And if I'm saying I need more money, then I'm not trusting my own fortitude.
Or
I
you're
think
not good at
Stu's-
math.
I think Stu's very aware of his shortcomings.
himself?
Yeah. Like Stu's gonna have a grill in his mouth worth $4 million, like immediately.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking this money from me. It's
Right.
right here. I can see it every
He's
day.
getting an Impala for every day of the week.
Yeah. Like
It's my Wednesday Impala.
Stu is fully aware of his shortcomings. Let him.
An
let him-
army of Impalas. yeah.
They're only going up in value. They're Chevys.
It's going to be a classic.
Did you say you need purple?
Yeah.
Got you one right
What's a
here.
group
That's
of
hilarious.
Impalas called? I got to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
28-inch rims? That's ridiculous. I said 34.
Yeah. It's not a Joey. That's a baby.
I don't know
funny.
that number, but
I don't either.
But it's funny because you hear people like win $1 million and walk into work and go "fuck you," it's like
piss on the
Where are you
desk.
going with that?
What are you
Right.
doing?
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you hear more horror stories of people who've won the lottery.
Oh,
and
yeah.
3 years down the road, they're broke.
Yep. Yeah, I think most
Yeah,
people
I just don't. I mean, but honestly, I know that, and this isn't going to be good because he's leaving because he brought the point up. But like the whole concept that I don't know. Do you know people that would get that money and not pay off their home and try to grow it?
I don't think we know anybody that would do that.
But then, yeah, I don't either. I
But
feel
we're
like
of a certain-
his statement of the odds are.
But we're of a certain age.
That's my point. And so it
But
kinda
people
goes back
also
to
make
his
poor
statement.
choices when they get that money. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I need a $5 million home now. It's like you've been living in a $500,000 house. Why do you need this?
Right.
And no one thinks of, the cost of maintaining that $5 million home. Like that's not. These are expenses that can accrue very quickly.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I
If you're
do
not
always-
continuing making money, you're going to be out soon.
Right. Yeah.
I do always tell myself I would pay off my home immediately, stay in the same home, and then I'm set. Like, because now my largest expense is gone. Now I have this money, and I can work with it. But
We talked about.
I
a
would be
couple
hyper
weeks-
focused on growing it.
Yes.
yeah, but getting rid of your debt is
Yeah.
the first step.
You're also
course.
going to
That
have to
should be
be
everyone's first step,
hyper
yeah.
focused of keeping the fucking
Vultures away?
vultures away for
Yes.
sure.
Which I would do a ton of that. I would spend half of my money on giving people money.
Yeah.
For
When we
sure.
talked about, you weren't here. We talked about, like I always thought, if I want a large sum, I'd have to like hire Brendan, for example, to like be on my payroll, just to have somebody to hang out with. Like, because if
Right.
I wanted to go to like Barbados and my
Once.
family didn't want to go, I'd be like, oh, well, I need somebody.
Family.
And I couldn't be like,
Right.
I couldn't be
Troy,
like,
Troy's like, it's Tuesday at noon. Who's coming with me?
I'm gonna keep my family
I'd
around.
be cutting that
for a little
Bezos
while.
check immediately.
Yeah. That's right.
But like, I feel like I need a crew, at least a crew of one, maybe 2 or 3 guys. And Brendan's like, "Well, would I be the driver?" And I was like, "No, you're drunk. I can't." He's like,
Yeah.
"Well, I'd hire a driver if you paid me enough. I'd hire a driver
That's
Right.
for
exactly
us."
it. He gives me $100,000. I'm paying some guy $30,000.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because you gotta have a crew to like do all the fun with.
So Angela has an elaborate spreadsheet that would blow your mind for the lottery.
She's actually worked out the numbers.
That doesn't even begin to go into the depth of it.
Hadn't she had this, or is this something new?
Oh no, she's had this forever.
Yeah, this is the thing
And
y'all
it's
always do, right?
constantly- It's constantly changing. The amounts of money that we give to people, auto calculated with
Oh,
the gift tax.
you're talking
like,
about like
Damn.
where it's
you're
going.
you're assuming she's won
after
the lottery.
After
Oh,
the fact.
absolutely.
I thought you meant the spreadsheet for when you buy the tickets.
No.
No, you're saying
she has a.
In
she
her,
has,
in her mind, she's
yes.
won $10 billion.
Yeah, and every time the
Wow.
lottery changes, she just changes the number at the top, and
do
everything
I
automatically
even want to
changes.
ask?
Dude, how many
Where's
llamas?
my name
Huh?
on that list?
How many
Your line.
llamas?
Llamas?
Yeah, how many llamas you getting?
I'm not telling you where you're on that list, but if I ever invite you to go to Disney or somewhere cool, you need to go.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to go to Costa Rica? Be like, oh my God, Ely said go to Costa Rica. We
Yeah.
got to go.
We're in.
Heard,
We're in.
Exactly.
heard rumors.
For sure.
Stuart, line item 152, $10.
That would be
Exactly.
that would be fun though to like
Oh,
share the
dude.
wealth. Like that's
Well, when I was talking about sharing the wealth, was the random act of kindness, is like
Yeah,
buying
yeah.
the dude's stuff at the store, going east of Chippenham, and
Yeah.
paying for people's things.
The
and
next
stuff like
50
that.
people in line at
Yes,
Starbucks.
I do
exactly.
love-
Those things like that.
I love
like,
that stuff.
Make your soul happy, I believe. At least makes me super happy, more than even buying stuff for myself.
you hear
or
about the
anybody
guys
else.
do it every year, like Walmart pay off all the layoff,
Yeah, the
all
layaway
the
stuff.
layaway stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's got to feel good.
Oh,
I'm
for
one
sure.
I'm one of the poors, but I do that. Like,
Yeah.
at
Did
least
I tell you the
just
story
little
about me at
things.
Christmas? Did I already talk about this?
Not that,
I don't
well,
think
I don't
so.
know. Depends on what story you're about
About
to tell.
selling the car?
Not that
I
I
don't
know.
know. I don't.
So I
remember that.
sold a bunch of cars over the past 2 months. I think I sold like 5 cars actually. So I was selling our 2003 Impala. My stepson just
to Stu.
Of course, the Impala.
That's right. Yeah, to the Wiz.
Got to add the collection.
And
Give me
I was
all the
selling it for
Impalas.
like I first was selling it for like $1,000. Ended up getting it down to like $700 or something like that. And I
Didn't
found
you get
this.
it down like $400?
Yeah, well, I ended
Or
up
was
getting it down to
asking?
$500. No, it was $700.
So you couldn't move it.
Well, I think I showed you guys the text from the people that were responding, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
frustrating.
I got about 450.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I told you I can go as low as 5. So
Yeah.
will you take 4 then?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think you understood the meaning of my
Yeah,
last
yeah.
text.
So I finally get this dude that wants to come look at it because everybody's just talking shit via Messenger, but this guy wants to come look at it, and he's 25, and it's
All right,
on.
he's
it's on,
he's talking to you normally.
talking to me
Like, I'm
normally.
trying to get
yeah,
this
he comes and
car.
looks at it, drives it.
I need a
and
car.
I need a car. You know what I mean? I look him. It's on Facebook, so I can profile stalk his ass. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I can tell in the pictures. I'm like, this dude definitely needs this car
Yeah.
way more than I did, and it
Yeah.
was close to Christmas. So, and the other cool thing was he never was like talked me down.
Yeah.
He was like, "You want $500? I need to cash my check, and I'm waiting for my other check, and all this stuff."
But I'm getting you the
I'm
500
getting you
bucks.
$500, and eventually he showed up with the $500, and I was like, "Just keep it, man. Have yourself an awesome
Beautiful
Christmas."
move.
Wow.
Dude, tears in
Beautiful
his
move.
eyes, welled up. He was like, "Man, I want to hug you right
Well,
now."
you gave him the car.
I gave him the car.
Good for
Dude,
you.
He
that
came
is
to give
amazing.
he handed me this wad of cash.
So
and-
that's the actual. You always talk about it, but you never actually do it. Is the $1 title?
yeah,
Change.
exactly. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
So-
had to pay that 4 cents.
But before, like he was on his way, and I went, and I ran aside, and I was like, "Hon, we should like do this." I was like, "He
Good for
needed
you,
it."
man.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like,
And it felt awesome,
The joy
didn't it?
that he had in his face, like again, he
Did
welled
you
up.
tear up?
And was like, yeah, I was in fetal position.
I would have teared up. I'm telling you, like it's choking me up hearing it. Like I would have.
Oh yeah, it's
I would
amazing.
have teared up, man.
I didn't
that's
know
probably-
you did that, man.
Yeah,
Like, I'm seriously
it is so.
I'm
Dude,
really happy
It
to
made
hear
me
that.
feel so good. Like for a week, I was.
Did
on
he have kids?
Cloud 9. Yeah, he had kids.
So that means there's his Christmas money, and he needed the car to get
Yeah,
around.
that's what
Yeah,
I told
and
him. I was
he
like,
actually
"Look, man."
saved up that money, so now he has it. Like
Exactly.
he can go spend it on the kids.
Yeah.
So when that thing breaks down in a week, he'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Break
Well,
down
he
a
knew
week.
he had to do
That
some
thing
things
was
to
broken.
it already. Yeah. And I was like, have a great Christmas, man. Buy the family some stuff, and he was super happy.
That's
about
awesome.
That's
Dude.
that's an
Yeah.
amazing. That's one of the nicest things I've ever heard anyone do.
Yeah, it
Like,
was so-
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man.
It was
Good
cool.
on you.
That's
Yeah.
like it puts me to shame.
Now I feel like I need to talk to the wife. We need to do something like that. Like
I'm
honestly,
telling you, if
like,
I won the lottery, I would do shit like that all
Oh,
of
yeah.
the time.
Yeah,
Literally.
like every time I went inside and bought something somewhere, I'd just be like,
Yeah.
here's a huge tip and
Exactly.
buy, and then here's
Yes.
a few extra $100 and buy
Right.
them.
The best one I did, I went to Plan 9 this Christmas, and I just bought 2 $25 gift cards, and they were like, "Oh, you want the CD or the thing?" And I was like, "Honestly, I really don't give a shit. But the next 2 people that come up here, I want you to give $25 to that person, and then $25 to that person." And that was like, that's the best Christmas.
so you're trustworthy.
Yeah.
I don't.
Right.
I think when I hear a story, I'm like, that motherfucker probably just pocketed
Oh
it.
man, I got 2 things. So
The way
Well,
the
I've done-
register
I've
girl
done the,
like got excited, I think she was going to be honest about it. She was like, "Sir, that's awesome, thank you." So
Yeah.
like, I believe she did the right thing.
Twice I've done the grocery store thing.
What's the
really?
grocery store?
Yeah.
Pay for
Well,
someone's
no.
groceries?
So, do you do it because they're fumbling around taking forever, or you just do it because you feel?
I've
like
done that.
No,
I've
no.
done
Oh,
the
I've done
fumble. I've been
that
like,
too.
"You're annoying as shit. I paid for
Yeah.
it. Go
No,
away."
twice I've done it during
Or
during the holidays. I paid for somebody's groceries.
Not because their card was denied, just because you felt like it.
But I mean, all the time I will like somebody's like, especially when you see them start pulling out cash and they're like, "Oh, I'm $1 short."
Yeah,
change
that's
it.
that's the
There you
trigger.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dollar short. It's like, you know what? Keep it.
Yeah, exactly. So we also did this Christmas the giant gift bags for the homeless, where we had the kids go with us,
Oh,
ride in
nice.
the car, and we went through the homeless camps down in Chester.
Yep.
I was trolling through the woods. That shit was sketchy as fuck, dude.
You're just handing out
Dude.
clean needles.
Yeah, exactly. Clean
Fresh
clean
heroin.
needles, alcohol swabs,
Yeah.
baby wipes. There were baby wipes, but it was a
Dude,
ton
that's
of
awesome.
food
You-
and shit. But it was cool because the kids, got to see.
You want the kids to see that.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
want them to see
How
that.
was the interaction with the people? Were
Well,
they grateful?
I only
Were
saw
they-
one. The other one's like didn't like. I'm not gonna go open their tent.
Yeah,
but
you
then
just
I'm
left
like,
it.
I'm like, hey, we're gonna buy some Christmas gifts. Like just announcing myself because
Yeah.
it's like a camp out deep
Yeah.
in the woods and shit. And there's fucking 150 cats running around and shit,
Wow.
and trash everywhere. And they're like,
That had
just
to be
set it
sketchy.
out. Oh, it was just setting it outside their door and like just leaving a Christmas gift. Take care. And that was really it. I only saw
Can't
one.
find the
that got-
doorbell anywhere.
Doesn't work. Why didn't I think of that? That's genius. Yeah.
That
Um,
kills me.
We volunteered this year with like the angel tree, but it wasn't. It was not.
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
It was not. We didn't. We didn't walk away feeling all warm and fuzzy.
Right.
So that's great, man.
Yeah, it was really
Hey,
it was
Ely.
cool.
10 points.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There it is.
Hey,
Ely.
you know what?
Should be
I'm a
10.
giver, man. You take them. You can have them.
Should be 500 points.
No, it's just
Yeah.
10 points. It's the maximum points.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
I don't know. I'm feeling.
if you're out there, do that shit every once in a
I
while.
love that
It feels great.
He's the we position Ely as the curmudgeon of the
Yeah.
show.
Don't get it twisted. I am the fucking curmudgeon. I'm the grumpiest son of a bitch.
but you're
on the
also
planet.
the nicest person here. It's very
Well, and to Ely saying do it. You don't have to do the $500 version.
right.
It's literally if you're in 7-Eleven and you're buying a Monster and somebody else buying a cup of coffee or whatever, just I got you.
Yeah.
Like I got you.
Right.
it goes a long way, and
Yeah.
it feels better to you
Yeah.
than it even
That's
does to them.
absolutely.
Yeah, especially for a few bucks. Like,
Right.
That's way more
Yeah.
than a few
Like,
dollars.
I don't
worth
need
of-
this $500. It's not making and breaking
No.
my life.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? In
Well,
any
and,
way.
and you realize how grateful, I don't like to use the term lucky. You guys work for what you have, but
yeah.
how blessed or whatever the verb is you want to use is to have it, and you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna give.
Yeah.
Love it.
So
Got a bottle opener over there?
Right
Oh,
here.
Perfect. Mind cracking that for me? Thank you.
Oh,
I mean,
is
there
this
are,
deli
but
time?
there's people that just enjoy giving more than receiving, and you never know what that person's going to look like. I mean, did you picture the curmudgeon being
No.
a giving guy?
No.
No.
No,
But
you
never
didn't.
know.
I don't need all this. So
You
want
might.
this?
You might.
Oh, really?
All right.
I mean,
This is looking funky.
I've had this beer, but it's been years.
Smooth as silk. How do you even say that? XINGU.
Xingzhu.
Xingzhu.
Black beer. It's got an alligator on it.
Yeah. It's from
Or is that a
From-
crocodile?
Shoot 'em.
It's from Brazil. It's a Brazilian beer.
Brazil.
Okay.
Cervezas
This is
Premium de Brazil.
Is it strong as shit?
No.
I'm looking for all that.
like 4 and
4.6.
change.
4.6. I love that we still have to put, like, in tiny letters right here, it says pregnant women do not drink this.
Yeah,
beer.
where are
It's
we?
Like,
Yeah.
come on. You need to say that? Like,
Right.
This beer,
thank you, lawyers.
Exactly.
I was out at a Brazilian restaurant, the Empanema Cafe in D.C., with one of our buddies. So I probably shouldn't say his name. I don't think he listens, but Howard.
Oh, really? Recently?
No, this was before the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
And we're up there, and there's in the Brazilian beer world, there's a handful of different beers, and all of them well known, but not really. Like this one's not well known.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
So
Because it's a product of Canada.
and it's a Brazilian beer. I mean, it's
Brazil via Canada.
Oh, it does say product of Canada right under.
yeah, and right
Cervezas.
above that it says brewed by such and such Brazil, St. John, and then Canada.
St. John, Canada.
So it is a Brazilian beer, but they have
By
one
way of Canada.
Right.
That's how I get there.
nowadays.
Right.
Where
But
you
it's
going?
been years since I've had this particular beer. And I remember he said, look, Xingzhu, that's the best Brazilian beer. And I was like, let me see what that's all about,
What's it remind? It reminds me of something.
Is it what is it? A porter or something?
It's if you pour it, it's black, but
yeah.
it's not as thick as a
No.
porter or a stout. Well,
It's very interesting.
it's very interesting.
Very
Oh yeah, it's
interesting.
really dark.
Where'd you
Oh,
find it?
Total Wine.
It says black beer on it, so
Yeah, and if you
I mean,
pour
it's in
it,
a brown bottle. So
if
I
you
can't
pour
really
it,
tell.
it's black as night.
Really.
Like it is a dark looking beer, but it's not thick like a.
It also says
Guinness.
smooth as silk.
Which is why I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that it's not super. It's almost borderline the lightest dark beer I've had.
And I remember thinking that exact thought when I was up in the Empanema Cafe. Our boy Howard says, "Try this." So I took a sip and I was like, "Yo, the hell is that?" And the rest of the night, that's all we drank.
Nice.
Like we're like, "This is amazing." And I've probably had it once or twice since then, but it's been a long time. And I was walking down the aisle today, and I was like, "Xingzhu." Like, there it is. And it
Yeah.
was like amongst all the other beers. I was like, I got to get this and see if it's still what I remember, which it doesn't taste like I remember. It's a totally different vibe I'm getting because now it's in a deli.
Yeah.
It's in the crucible right
That's
now.
right.
And so for people who want to spell it, it's XINGU. Brazilian beer
Xingzhu.
with And when we say it, it almost sounds like we're trying to pronounce it Asian.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
it doesn't sound Brazilian.
Zingju.
Zingju, 15 minutes.
Zingu. I don't know. Like, how do you? How
I'm
would
not
you-
a linguist. I can barely
Yeah.
speak English, so I'm not gonna put my.
The crazy thing is that
Thoughts on it?
this type of black beer, Zingju, dates all the way back to 1557.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
This is
So pretty
And
new
it-
on the market.
Born on date.
This is an old school beer, man. And I wanted to try it, give it something different. Break away from the hoppy beers, from all
Kind of
the.
drinks like a nitro, like it's
but
not
it's,
very.
But it's not.
It's not very bubbly.
It's just a
Yeah.
beer that just happens to be black in color, like dark beer. But it's really an interesting beer,
Very.
to say the least.
Who wants to go first?
I wanted to see what people would think of this. Stu, I believe that you, as a Creole Cajun, probably likes seeing that
The Crocagator.
Crocagator on there. And
I mean,
does that
believe it or not,
scream-
I'm not even focusing on the marketing. It's
Oh,
pretty good
what?
marketing, but
He
it's,
likes
it's,
the beer?
Yeah, I like. I
This
like
label-
the
I'm
beer.
a bit of a
Brendan.
crocophile.
The
Yeah.
label's dark green with yellow writing on it.
That's
Yeah.
green?
Yeah.
Why would that be
forest
green?
green?
That's
Forest
green?
It's kind of like your hat.
My hat is like a very different green.
It's a lighter
it's
green,
much
but it's
lighter.
green.
Because I see
green
this as
and
green.
yellow.
I thought this was a black label.
No, it's
No.
green.
Dark green.
That's all I have to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that.
I'm not buying it.
Would you look at that?
Not for a second.
Yeah.
Lying sons of bitches.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Because
there's
that's my game. Tell you the wrong color.
It's everybody's
Gotcha.
game. You know how often that happens?
Nobody
People-
does that.
People are always telling me the wrong color. It's not what I see.
this label.
Oh, yeah.
This label
Wrong
makes
to
me
you.
think of like Jumanji or Pitfall or something. It's like,
Yeah, Pitfall and Jumanji
Yeah,
are
it does.
perfect.
It does look like a little pitfall gator.
but
Stu, why don't you kick this off, man? I'm
I like
dying
the,
to know your thoughts.
I like the smooth. I like the. Believe it or not, I don't know if it's coffee or like you said nitro,
Yeah.
but the flavor is.
Kind of coffee-ish.
yeah.
I do have a bit of that
But it's
myself.
not. It's not over the top, and it's not a whole lot of alcohol.
When people say Guinness is
So-
coffee, I'm like, no.
No.
This is more coffee
Yeah.
than that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
People
this
say
is-
a lot of wrong things about Guinness.
Fact.
I mean, saying that it's a smooth and it goes down smooth, it does. I like this beer. I'm actually going to give it a 3.5
Shit,
Maybe-
man.
Wow.
Yeah.
because I don't
I
know if
was
I'm going to go
expecting.
4 because, but it's close. But no, I'll stick with 3.5. I really like this beer.
Wow.
I could see myself taking this to buying this and having it at home because
I like that though. If you said you could see yourself buying it, having it at home, that's definite 3.5.
It's way better than any IPA.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'll go next. I'm halfway through this beer. I can't stop.
Already.
Yeah, I can't stop drinking it. It's really smooth, just enough flavor, not overpowerful. Finishes clean. It says smooth as silk. It is, and it's got just enough flavor for me. It's kind of like it's a light dark beer, kind of like what Elo was saying, kind of
Yep.
like you were hitting at. I mean, I could give this a 4. I mean, it's that good. Definitely a 3.5. Do I want to go 4? I mean, I can never.
Do you want to bring it into that deli range?
Exactly. I do. This is a deli. This is a 4. I'll give it a 4.
see,
I'm glad you said that because I was over here rattling around in my head. The fact that it's as smooth as it is has that little bit of coffee, but not
Yeah.
overpowering.
Yeah.
It's more sweet than hoppy.
Yeah.
Smooth
my-
as shit.
I think the
Finishes
reason-
clean.
I think what I was thinking in my head, the reason I wouldn't give it a 4 is I don't know if I'm having this at 92 degrees outside in the
I
summertime.
don't know that you're not. That's the thing. It's
Right.
that-
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the fence.
to
I'm on the
me,
fence with
to
that.
me, that is a 4. That is a deli in my
Yeah.
mind. So we got a 3.5, a 4, and a 4. I was hoping I was going to feel the same way years later. I certainly do.
Yeah.
This beer is
Yeah.
You
underrated.
bought a 6-pack?
Yeah, you just about-
Typical $10.99, like
import
Yeah.
price on top of that. All right, well,
Yeah, I
let's-
like it a lot too. I mean, I already said that I was a fan. I like it's dark yet light, and I'm going to give it a 4 because finding a dark
Oh,
yeah.
finding a dark beer that's light that I could drink easily
Winner, winner.
is super rare. I don't know if I've ever done it.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I mean? I mean, I like
that's
certain dark
awesome.
beers, but I also like light beers.
I think a lot of people would like this. I really
yeah,
do.
I do too.
So it's official.
I just
We just got our first deli in a long
It's
time.
not official yet.
Oh, make it official. Oh,
Now it's official.
XINGU.
A real
Yeah.
deli because Ely's here. It
Yeah.
counts.
And he gave it a 4.
Right.
Like,
He doesn't
that's
give
a
many beers.
I
bona
don't think
fide-
I've given many dark beers that I've not ever given a dark.
Probably not.
No.
I didn't know you were. I was hoping you were going to be here tonight when I looked at it because I was like, Singju. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Like, I think it's that good. I want
Yeah.
to get it.
Can we get the
How
advocates
does he
on?
remember this shit,
I don't
Ely?
know,
I mean,
dude.
it's crazy.
I literally don't even know what the last 2 delis were.
I won't forget what this. I'll forget all about this beer in 2 weeks.
100%.
It'll be out of my head.
I was
I
just saying,
had it at the Empanema Cafe, and it never left my mind.
Wow.
I was
I was
like,
going to say if we could get the advocates on how many times he's given a 4.
actually, we have all those.
Yeah.
Abacus
Yeah.
has put together the sheet. I pulled it up earlier
Just
tonight to make sure that I had
Ely's
not
4.
purchased this beer in the past. And I had not.
I've given
Yeah.
Forrest to fruity light shit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, and that's actually what I was looking for was something called a Whittaker. It's a beer that I had this summer that I randomly got at a restaurant, and I was like, wow, that was
Again, how do you remember this?
It is mind blowing.
because the Whittaker was so good, and I thought the name was hilarious. 'Cause it
You were
sounded
like on some spectrum somewhere. That's the
Thanks,
only.
Troy.
That's the only way you can remember things like that. Like this, 8 months ago when I had that one beer one time at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Of course, I remember the name.
And what was that damn song you remember? The milk something? We were...
oh, Neutral Milk Hotel.
Neutral
Yeah.
Milk Hotel. I was like, where the fuck did that come from?
Well, as soon as the label said Two-Headed Boy, I go, that's got to
Yeah.
be a Neutral
Chicago,
Milk
that
Hotel
was, that was
reference.
from my guy up in Chicago. Yeah.
That's right.
Burt City Brewing.
I was
Yep,
about to say, I
you're
know it's-
autistic.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just...
Either way, I wasn't wrong.
No,
It's a
you
tasty
killed it.
beer.
That extra chromosomes in advantage.
Sometimes.
I'm just
Yeah.
I
going
can't see colors, but
Yeah, you give a little, you take a little.
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Droopy eye.
Yeah, it all
Yeah.
comes
Right.
out.
the Lord giveth, he taketh away.
For
It
sure.
comes out in the wash.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can't see colors, but you can remember random things.
Yeah.
Good on you.
I feel like you're winning.
3 toes, 10-inch dick.
3 the hard way. They're all on the same foot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 3 in a club and a dome.
Don't look at my feet. Focus up here.
Right.
Dude, I stole that joke from Tony Kornheiser back when podcasts first started coming out. He had a radio show I used to listen to at my desk, 20 years ago. And he would joke that Linda Cohn had 12 toes. And and it got to the point where, like, she finally, filed a complaint and was
Really?
like, stop saying this. People are, messaging me and stuff. and he would always say, Linda Cohn has 12 toes. The hard way, 7 and 5. Not 6 and 6.
the hard way.
That
That always killed me.
Right.
And he would say that joke every day, and I would laugh.
Yeah.
And it's always in the back of my mind. Like, if I could ever use this, I'm using that joke.
you just fulfilled your dream.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
20 years later.
I'm
Right.
glad that worked out for you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I guess we can finally quit this show.
Yeah.
It took 6 years. My God.
Yeah, we're coming up on 6, right? April?
Yeah.
What have we done with our lives?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You can actually go back and listen for 6 years, and you can see exactly what we've done with our lives.
Kind of the
Yeah.
same thing we did 6 years ago.
In some, and in no way is that sad. Still,
I was
Yeah,
just
no.
I was going to tell you guys real quick. I doubt we'll get to a deli for it anytime soon, but I did buy the new Mick Ultra
Organic.
organic seltzer.
Yeah, my wife bought that too.
what'd you think?
The 2 of the flavors are really good, which was the peach and the lime cucumber.
How many flavors are in it?
3. So you
always
get 4
the
and
way.
4.
It's always they can knock it out.
See, I disagree
They
with
can't
it.
knock it out all the way.
The spicy pineapple was good, but
Spicy
pineapple.
I'm
in. That sounds
That
amazing.
you two sound like me when my wife brought this home. So the cucumber lime, I was
Ooh, that
like,
sounds good.
I was like, I hate cucumber,
that's the most refreshing one.
but you can't taste the cucumber.
Okay.
It's just straight lime.
Just lime.
And then she opened the spicy pineapple, and I freaked out like you two. I was like,
Yeah.
that sounds amazing. It's pineapple.
Damn it.
Yeah,
it's the one I didn't like.
it's not spicy.
Is
There's no
peach
spice
money?
there.
Peach
I
is
did not
pretty
have
good.
the peach.
Okay.
Peach is pretty good, and the cucumber's pretty good. But for 80 calories, 4% alcohol, something light, refreshing, I was like,
Carbs, sugars.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
it's nothing.
I want to try
Really?
that new
Yeah.
Belgian ultralight beer.
We'll have to get that for the deli.
I'm excited about to try that.
So when I stopped in Kroger on the way over here, I saw a lot of the zero alcohol beers.
Yeah,
the
they're getting
IPA.
popular.
You know what's funny is
and
2 years ago
Bud Light.
we had Taylor Carson on the show, and I specifically went out of my way to get a non-alcoholic beer so we could try one because he doesn't drink. And I looked around at all the local breweries to find one, and we didn't make a local non-alcoholic beer. And now they're all the
doing
rage.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing them, and you can find one in every place. So something changed in the last
What's-
2 years.
I'm trying to think
It's
of the one
been
I
less
saw.
than that. It's been like the last 6 months. I feel like it's
Licking
come out of
Hole.
nowhere.
Licking Hole has an NA.
They always did, and that's what I ended up getting. And that I'd rather lick a butthole than drink that beer. That beer was god awful. It was really,
Yeah.
really bad.
Again, I was there, but I don't remember how bad it was. I'll take your word for it.
We drank NA beer in Iraq to pretend like we were normal humans,
Yep.
and then every once in a while, a Listerine bottle with
Yeah.
vodka and food coloring would show
Nice.
up, and we put shots into our O'Douls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that delicious?
No.
It's not the idea of being delicious.
Right.
I've
yeah.
never had a beer spiked with,
That sounds
alcohol.
horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's like when we would go, if we went more than 90 days without hitting a port, we get a beer day.
Yeah.
So 5,500 people on this carrier, and everybody gets 2 beers. Where the fuck are they storing this beer? But, I mean, they had it down in the supply center. But
Y'all selling tickets to each
people-
other and
yeah,
shit?
people
Oh,
were,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
people that weren't drinking were giving, it was $10, $15 a can. And if you were drinking,
That seems
it's like-
absolutely reasonable.
Yeah.
though,
Yeah, yeah,
considering
yeah.
the
It was
circumstances.
good.
So
Yeah.
you pay $4 or $5 for a Bud Light
But-
at a bar, like,
yeah,
okay.
you go 3 months without drinking, and then you drink 3 of them through a straw. You're fucking done.
Yeah.
Did you guys really use the straw?
I did.
Just him.
Just
Yeah,
me.
he
I was like,
requested it.
But why were your hands tied behind your back? Now it's weird.
Yeah.
So, no, but seriously, like,
in the Navy.
Williamson being Williamson.
no, but when
Yeah, there you go.
if you drink it through a straw, does it, like, mess you up because you have
That's
been
always been
drinking?
the rumor.
I've never heard that rumor.
The rumor is that if you drink beer through a straw, it fucks you up faster.
What kind of fucking Bill Nye tard came up with that?
I've never believed it. I'm just saying that's
I've never even heard it. That's why I'm
Yeah.
asking
Well,
about
that's
it.
why
Like,
they say so many people like
It's the
like,
wives'
They talk
tale.
about the what you call it, champagne with the bubbles getting in it. Just you process it faster. I don't know. Or the same thing with Mad Dog getting heated up.
I feel like in your
disgusting.
Navy situation,
Yeah, I feel like somebody just punked you and told you that shit.
I feel like in your Navy
It's really good to
situation,
heat it up.
You drink it through your butt.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like if you've gone 9 days, like your best bet will just find 3 beers and literally just shotgun them back to back.
Either
to back.
way.
Like
Yeah.
that's the best way. Like,
That's
hey,
what
do you
I
guys
did.
have a bendy straw? I'm trying to get drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A crazy straw actually fuck you up twice as hard.
Yeah, extra spirals.
Yeah.
It's like electromagnets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People don't realize
I
that.
know.
But that will crush you.
For sure.
Extreme.
Yeah.
Crushable. Crushable.
New crushable crazy
I love
straws.
that our, I love that our special forces, our armed forces have a whole thing like, oh, we haven't allowed you beer in 3 months, so now we owe you 2. Like that's gonna
Yeah.
make up for all of it.
Right,
like,
right,
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, when back in the day they just had beer and smoked on the ship.
right,
Worked in
Getting high as
Shawshank.
shit.
right.
Yeah, it did work in
They
Shawshank.
flew us to Qatar for beers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where
Did
you
you-
could drink. That was the non.
Yeah, that was like the you like after you were there for a while, you could get like a couple days at R&R, and you would jump on a C-130 and fly to Qatar, and it was same thing. You could get like 2 tickets and have a couple beers a day.
But could you like
Save
cheat
them
the
up.
system?
Oh yeah, you could buy them from people that didn't
Yeah,
want them or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But it was like on a base, so it wasn't like you
Yeah,
could like
yeah.
just go drinking somewhere
No,
else.
no, yeah.
But the whole like obviously Stu's on a boat, so it's not like they have access. But like you guys could get mail, and it'd be like the whole like in the movies with the vodka. And
Oh yeah.
they don't check that shit. Like
Oh, they check it.
yeah, they
kind
do.
Of.
But we got some techniques. Like I said, the Listerine was a great technique.
Mike,
Yeah.
you've had 4 bottles of fucking.
Yeah.
I got bad breath.
Exactly. Gingivitis.
I'm a smoker.
That's why you
Right.
just have them you send the
Oral
travel.
health. Leave me alone.
No, that's when you
Right.
tell them just to send the travel size over and over again,
Yeah.
not the big.
But you would be like salivating for mail day though. You're like,
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
Please
should
let
be
there
here.
be something.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Golly. those were the and
But you have access to smokes and other stuff.
Yeah, we would get Iraqi smokes that were fucking disgusting. When you get American smokes in, it was like Christmas.
Yeah.
Because they're like smooth and amazing.
Does everybody
taste
start
delicious?
Really, an Iraqi smoke's not good.
No,
it's not processed. It's just
it's like
Yeah, but you would
it
think
was
that
just
would be
disgusting.
better. That'd be more like an American spirit.
So if you go overseas like that and you don't have a vice, do people just start picking up vices? Like, I'm not a smoker, but fuck it, I got to do something.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're never. If you ever were a smoker, you're not giving it up over there. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
I'm not a smoker, but I feel like if I were over there, I'd be like, send me a carton.
Exactly.
Let's just do this.
Yeah, I'll never get some American parliaments in, and it was like I could sell them and shit. It was
Oh,
delicious. Oh yeah.
But it was funny that you could smoke. They had smoking lamps on the ship, and you could smoke. But they didn't want
Smoking lamps.
that's what they call them because it's a
Designated area.
designated-
Just happens to be
designated
around it.
smoke.
Okay.
and from a distance you've got enough people light us up. You can see.
Yeah.
But anyways, the funny thing
It's
is
the
that you could
easiest place to shoot, though. That's a problem. Like
Yeah.
everyone, there's just this beacon of light.
yeah.
Yeah.
But these guys, everybody
Get
was,
off the deck and F-14's coming in.
yeah, they would say you couldn't, you weren't allowed to dip though. Smokeless tobacco
really?
wasn't a thing. But I just remember like all of my buddies that were into dip, we'd go out to sea for 2 months or even the long cruise, and that's when these guys learned how to swallow dip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was like, fuck
So
that.
Now
you
we have
weren't
Zin.
allowed to dip anywhere on the boat.
You weren't supposed to dip, like just period. And
Yeah.
guys would, and just you figure out you can get away with either just learn how to swallow. I was like, I can't do that shit.
You're a badass if you're just straight swallowing dip.
I have a cool picture of me in the smoke pit, which is what we call this in the smoke pit, and we have one of those pop-up tents, and we had made our own calendar with cigarette burns for hundreds of holes around this tent, and it was like 100 days, 200 days, and every day we'd go out there, we just burned a new hole.
So then, like, the smoke is just coming out of the hole like a
Yeah,
chimney?
exactly right.
Day 400, the tent just falls apart.
Yeah, that's right.
We
looks
made
like
it.
looks like Swiss cheese. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it. I know it's out here.
That's
somewhere.
kind of cool, though. That's little
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
nobody made their own alcohol anywhere?
Some
No toilet
people-
wine?
No, some people tried, but it was just easier to get your
Well, they
buddy
had-
back home
They
to
had
send you something.
outhouses, so you can't really make toilet wine.
I know, but
Out-
the point is, you could get some water and whatever. And
I think it would be difficult, though, to hide a pruno.
Yeah.
we don't know anything. You and
That's
I don't
true.
know anything. Like,
That's
that's
true.
what,
I'm just
that's
saying-
what I'm asking.
I'm
Like,
just saying, I feel like it would be difficult to hide a fermenting bag of prune juice.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
not.
That's why acid was pretty prevalent on the ship. Couldn't-
Oh,
Here it
God.
is. You can see it.
Please let
Look
Stu
at the-
start telling his acid stories.
See the edge of the tent?
not going there.
Oh God, those were always
That's
some
crazy.
of my favorite
Yeah.
stories.
Look at all the holes on this thing. That's awesome.
Oh, okay, now I get it. Like up there, that makes
Yeah,
more
yeah,
sense.
Yeah.
like a calendar.
I was
Nice.
picturing like this thing was from head to toe,
Oh,
and
no,
you
no.
were just burning in it.
Yeah,
So like at a
that's
point,
what I was
No.
saying.
Okay, no, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Just one hole per day.
Yeah.
What if
One
somebody
per day.
doubled up?
Yeah, they got punched.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Yeah, you fuck up my calendar.
Speaking of heroes, you sent a
Oh,
story
yeah.
in.
I saw that story multiple times, and I was like, I didn't even click on it because the headline was so ridiculous, and I was like, I'm going to revert back to old Troy. And
Just send it?
I didn't. Well, no, I didn't send it because I didn't want to be old Troy. I didn't want to be
Yeah.
the.
Send the fake story.
Yeah, exactly. So finally, I opened it up. It looked like it was a reputable site.
It looked legit.
Yeah. So, but I was like, we have to talk about this.
Yeah, I just read the article very quickly, so I can't recall where it went down, but I'll give you the gist of it.
Okay.
There's a gas station.
Cool.
Guy decides to rob a gas station. He's a 25-year-old guy. He comes
Which
in there.
happens on the regular.
He pulls a gun, holds up the place, empties the register, then decides he wants a little more. Now, during this kind of scuffle, he ended up punching one of the people who worked there
Nice.
because the guy wasn't cooperating enough.
Yeah.
So he
Moving too
knocks-
slow.
So he knocks this one dude, and one of the
This
girls.
is a video you're watching of this?
No,
No,
Okay.
there's no video.
it's
But
all
that would be amazing.
Theater.
When you hear the story,
yeah,
that would be
that
amazing.
actually would be sweet.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you say it, I think I've seen a video
I was
similar.
going to say, yeah, I've seen it on some sites before.
Right.
So this guy goes in, he robs the place. He doesn't think the one guy's moving quick enough. He attacks this one guy. They get in a scuffle, At which point, one of the girls escapes and gets out.
Like the cashier chicks?
Yeah.
Saying?
Yeah.
There was
Okay.
2 of them, right?
Yeah, then the other girl, she skedaddles towards the back.
Yeah.
It was 2 girls working there. Is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
But then this one dude gets lumped up. So then he gets the money out of the register and he's like, you know what? Fuck this. Why'd she go in the back? There's an office back there.
Yeah.
Must be a safe. The big money's in the back. Because why would she run that way? So he goes after her, takes the lumped up dude, I guess, goes back there, and he's like, I need this money out of the safe. They start tussling over the safe. The one girl turns around, scampers out the back door, at which point a lady comes in. Now, at this point, there's someone who's been gone for a few minutes. She's probably told the authorities. The other lady runs out the back. The cops are on their way. Another lady comes in, and she's a brilliant stall tactic.
And she doesn't work there. She's just there to.
So what is
make
the
a
scene that
purchase.
she's seeing when she walks in?
She walks in, goes in the back where the guy is working on the safe. Everyone else has now left.
She's a customer.
Yeah, she like came
Yeah.
in and then just goes, and she decides to stall the guy till the police get there. So what technique?
How does she know that the police are coming?
I don't know. There's some sketchy little
Yeah,
like
Okay.
there's some sketchy missing details here. You know?
I don't know what happened.
So she decides. This is what she says. She decides to stall him. Now I'm going to add that she's from Czechoslovakia.
Okay.
This is it.
Because
Holy shit.
that was a detail that for me resonated
Yeah.
from many late nights on random tubes
Okay. Yeah.
and hubs.
Red or otherwise.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this Czech woman decides to stall him by saying, "How about a blowjob, big guy?"
Yeah.
So she starts blowing the guy, and she blows him for a while, and then when the cops come, the guy has not left. He still has all the money sitting next to him, and he's just sitting there getting blown
Yeah.
in the back room. And she makes a comment to the police like, "Now my work is done."
Okay, just to clarify, it was a Czech woman, but the incident happened in Slovenia.
That adds up.
Yeah.
It's all
Makes sense
in-
now why she was there.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's a Shell gas station, and she performed sex act to wait for the police to come.
I don't believe it.
Not all
I
heroes
think
wear
she's
capes.
bullshitting.
But you think she was just totally into the fact that he was like, look at this robber guy.
that or she was just scared. that
She
was
just gave
gonna
him
get
World
hurt.
for fun.
Yeah.
But she walked in.
Or
she
turned
could've-
on by it.
and
Maybe
that's-
that. Yeah.
But she could have left. By all
Yeah.
accounts, she walked in after the robbery had already occurred.
Now if she likes blowing bad boys, she can't leave.
Yeah, she's just like, ooh.
Maybe that's why she went there.
Yeah, that's right.
I like that she looked at the cops though. It was like, my work is done. Like
Yeah.
she did. Like that's how she got
Yeah.
away with it. Like, see the cop, pull it out of your mouth. and
Yeah.
go.
What if she was like the wheelman for the people, and then she was like,
She got too hot and bothered.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like the inside. Like she got him busted, but she got the cash.
exactly, yeah.
Oh, it's
And
brilliant.
he
That
can't
is-
turn her
that is
in
brilliant.
because he got the
We should
mouthy.
make a movie out of it.
It'd be a short
The
movie.
Italian job would be totally
I
different.
know.
The Czech job.
Yeah, Slovenia jab.
I could go for a Slovy.
Yeah. Da.
You know, I'm gonna do a Slovy. You know where I go in the back room, steal your money, then you send your wife in to blow me.
Yeah. You in?
It's a Slovy.
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah.
That'll be in the Urban Dictionary soon enough.
So we just call this episode "Screech Gets a Slovy."
Absolutely.
Yeah. So she. The
I
guy
feel
was
like you got to put Ely's gift in there somewhere too.
Oh,
Ely's gift to Screech.
I like
a
it.
36
Slovenian
a
gift to
36-year-old
Screech.
Czech woman.
Ely's gift to Screech
Yeah.
was a blowjob in the back of a shower. You're a giver, man.
I am.
You're a giver.
Yeah. He needed it more than me.
Made Ely cry.
That was his dying wish.
I
Yeah.
couldn't find the doorbell.
Bingo.
That's a bingo.
It's a bingo.
Jeez.
Sorry. Had me laughing.
Yeah.
There's our eulogy to Screech.
Is We didn't talk about this. Was anybody doing anything for a Super Bowl? I've spent every Super Bowl for years going to a friend's house, and this year I have nothing planned.
Me too. I'll be right here.
I think I'm going
It's
to Ely's
weird.
house.
You are? Well, we're having some people over. Come on.
First, we all hear of it.
Yeah.
I want it to be fun, Brendan.
Oh.
Yeah, he just keeps giving.
He does.
Exactly, yeah.
He's not a curmudgeon at all.
No. Yeah.
No, not.
I take
one
it back.
bit.
I think I'm a little higher on Angela's line items than you guys.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's exactly right. Give to
Yep.
those in need. Yeah, I did. The only thing I did, I ordered some of those Portillo's Italian beefs from
Oh,
Chicago.
nice.
Nice.
So I
Yeah.
plan on eating quite a bit. That's always my thing for Super Bowl.
I keep
like
getting
to
the
eat.
ad for the Chicago deep dish pizza that comes in the mail. Is it worth it?
Taste of Chicago.
No, I don't know. Whatever the fucking Facebook ad is.
I assume it's Taste of Chicago.
Brendan will tell you yes.
It's
It probably is if your phone's heard it
the
enough.
Portillo's Italian beef is 100% worth it.
Yeah, but that just sounds average to me.
It's-
How's the pizza?
Dude, the Portillo's Italian beef is not average.
Yeah, but you made that for Super Bowl for Sunday one week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
personally, I'm into pizza more than that beef.
So the pizzas are good. They're just
The
not
beef is
same.
really good. Listen.
That's right.
No, like the pizzas are good, but they're not as good as if you're there and get
Yeah.
it. But pro tip, haven't tried it, but Aldi just released a frozen Chicago pizza, and the early reviews are it's phenomenal.
Really?
Now, you can go there and get that for $7 as opposed to spending $80 to have 4 pizzas shipped in from Chicago.
I'm all in on
Yeah.
Aldi, by the way.
Yeah.
I love Aldi, except
I'm good with it.
first off, I hate shopping, but I love going there because I do love what they have. I just don't go shopping.
Oh, here comes Ely's quarter rant.
It fucking pisses me off that we're not smart enough to leave the quarters in the fucking cart.
Yeah. You called it.
What the fuck?
I
Yeah.
saw it
Okay,
turn red.
So yesterday I was at Aldi. So what do you think about this? I come out with the cart, my quarter's in it. I'm
Yeah.
getting ready to. I'm like 12 feet from where it goes, and I'm starting to push it. And some dude just walks over and says, "Hey, buddy, you need that?" I'm like, "No, go ahead." And just gave him the
Yeah,
cart.
that is a dick move.
I'm like, "It's my quarter, but."
But you could have just stuck it back in and done Ely's trick, just put the quarter back on top.
Well,
Yeah.
but
No,
he
you
was-
just leave it unhooked.
He did say, he's like, "Hey, buddy, you need that?" And I was like, I kind of looked at him. I looked over where the cards go. He's like, you need the quarter? Like,
Yeah.
So the
All
quarter goes away. I'm not all that familiar with the
Oh.
process. So you put the quarter in, you get your cart. When you come back and put the cart back, you,
You
do
get
not
your quarter.
the
You do get your
carts-
quarterback.
The quarter stays in the cart with you.
There's a chain that you use to hook all the carts together.
Yeah.
When you plug the chain in, your quarter pops out.
You get your basically you're renting the cart for a quarter, and they're getting the cart returned back
Because
to
of
the
So
front.
where do you
don't-
propose they leave the quarter?
In the fucking cart and stop hooking the chains together.
Because, well, apparently there's a ration
If
of stolen.
fucking 30 people got together and just donated a quarter, no one would have to ever have a quarter ever again.
Yeah,
and you wouldn't have to take it back. You could just leave it in a little parking lot
but,
like an asshole.
but who came up with the idea? Is there a ration of stolen shopping carts?
It's not about
No,
that.
I think
They
it's
don't
what
have
he
to
said.
pay the person to go fucking clean them up.
Clean up. Yeah, same with the
Yeah,
old
that's
bag.
what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's
What's
all
the
about
deal with the
cutting
6?
down on the
There's
they
always
only-
6 lanes in Aldi and only one guy working.
Well, that's everywhere.
but they have it reduced to
mean,
Aldi. It's either they have it down to where there's only needs to be 6 or 7 people in the store at any time.
I'd say
If
3.
that.
I'd
Yeah.
say 3. The manager,
but I think
one
that's
guy
like
mopping.
the tops. They have a
Yeah.
limit,
Yeah.
and that is it because they're like
They figured
we've
it out. They
automated
know what
all
they're
these
doing.
other things. That's
Well,
their
and it's
whole
like
thing.
they sell mac and cheese, but they sell one, not 40.
Right.
Like when you go to the grocery store. I love Aldi. I
Well,
think it's
apparently
great.
their
And,
Chicago
I've-
pizza.
Most everything I've eaten there is delicious.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it the Trader Joe's? the
It's
same?
my favorite chicken salad
know.
for sure.
I think it's.
They're owned by Lidl, right?
I think so.
I think.
Well,
and the other
From
thing
our
is
Aldi right here, you can see Lidl. It's
Yeah.
freaking crazy.
yeah, I think Aldi and Lidl
Something-
compete.
something that I didn't realize that I found out is you will not find an Aldi that's not more than, or they won't put an Aldi. They won't build an Aldi unless it's less than a quarter mile from an apartment complex.
Interesting.
That's the exact opposite demo of the Chick-fil-A model.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Basically,
they're
yeah.
they're assuming if you're renting, your fixed income lower price food points, and it's.
But their food is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like their
Yes.
shitty potato chips, maybe
Oh,
the
God.
best potato chips.
Yeah, I love their potato chips.
Like they're phenomenal.
But there's something to be said for not having to choose 1,000 different choices of the same item.
Oh yeah, you can get in and out of that place in 20 minutes.
You're like, how many cereals you got? 3.
But I do believe
Yeah.
their own, or Trader Joe's is owned by them, and everyone raves about Trader Joe's food. Well, that's why Aldi's food is so good. It's the same.
I've only been to a Trader Joe's once. I've been to the new one over
I've
here.
never actually been
Yeah.
to Trader Joe's.
So I wanted to ask you a quick question though. Super Bowl coming up. Do you guys like getting the commercials ahead of time?
No.
Because it wasn't
When
a
did
thing.
that? When did
It's
that
stupid.
happen?
Yeah.
Like all the time now in the last like 5 6 years.
What?
Online, they're like, here's the new. You can always see
Yeah.
on
Well, I'm
social
just
media.
not dumb enough to go look, so I feel like I'm gonna.
Yeah, I don't
I mean, I
see
have-
it either.
I stay away. I intentionally do not watch them, but they're out there. All
What
the
is the
commercials.
purpose behind that?
I don't know.
Releasing them early,
Yeah.
just to get more hype about it. Like if you have people in the Super Bowl party who go, "Oh, it's the new Volkswagen commercial. You got to see this." It gets more people putting their eyes
talking
on it.
about it.
So there is some value, I guess, in putting it out there, but I think it kind of ruins the surprise.
Yeah, but I can see that how it builds more hype at the time.
I mean, if I did see it
Yeah.
ahead of time, at least I know if that commercial comes on, I can go to the bathroom. I'm not going to miss anything.
yeah.
This year, because of the lack of Super Bowl parties, I will see all the commercials.
Well, what is it? First time Budweiser pulled?
Yeah, which is a shell game.
Yeah,
Like
they're going long.
Budweiser put all of their money into all their other products. Like there are like 4 or 5 Anheuser-Busch products that will have ads in the Super Bowl. Budweiser just removed the Clydesdales.
Yeah.
I don't
from the
understand
Super
the argument that it gets people psyched up. They go, "Oh, look at this commercial." When 10 years ago, when the commercials, the joke was talk during the game, shut up during the commercials, watch 100% of the commercials. Like, but it's not like that anymore. I think because you get to see a lot of them before, or even if you don't go looking, sometimes they just pop up.
This
You end
year
up
will be
seeing them.
different. With so many people being home, there'll be more talk about the commercials this year than any other year.
I
would
think
assume.
there's logic to the point that no matter how you look at it, talking about it before it happens helps it.
It gives you some hype.
Yeah.
It gives you hype. Like I remember there was a couple years ago, everyone said that there was a commercial for the new Volkswagen Jetta at the time where the kid comes out dressed up as Darth Vader.
Yeah, and he makes.
And he'd
Oh,
been
yeah,
trying
he
to use
started
the
it,
Force
yeah.
on all the other things.
Yeah.
And he used the Force, and the dad started the Jetta.
Yep.
And, they put that one out weeks in advance. That ended up becoming the most talked about Super Bowl ad. And a lot of it was because they had enough viral hype going in
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
everybody said, you got to see this ad.
Right.
I did accidentally hear and see one that's coming out this weekend with shit. The dude
The Shell gas station in
McConaughey.
Savannah.
Matthew
Oh.
McConaughey.
Lincoln.
Flat no,
Oh.
it's a Doritos
First?
commercial with Matthew McConaughey, and it's one of the dumbest commercials I've ever seen.
Mm.
Like, it's so dumb.
Don't you dare talk about Matthew that way.
You're gonna see it, and you're gonna want to punch him in the face.
I'm gonna be watching the second half of the Super Bowl by my damn self.
First
It's
off,
gonna
the
be
fact
weird.
that he's even selling Doritos, you're like, you've never touched a Dorito. What the fuck are you talking about?
He's put on some weight for a few movies, I think, or he went the other way, went thin.
Yeah, he can
Yeah.
do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys. He's all in.
Oh, Ely, before I forget, on Apple TV, if you got it,
No.
Tom,
I'm a Samsung person.
Tom Hanks in Greyhound.
Really?
Great movie.
Is
Oh,
it
that's
on
the
is it
one
on
where he's on a
something
boat,
else?
right?
Yeah, it's the whole movie's on a boat, but it's
shrimping
the,
boat?
Yeah, it's World War. It's World
Got a
War.
black buddy?
It's World War II, and they talk about the
Guy with no legs?
they talk about the time frame. Apparently there's a 48-hour time frame from where the planes coming from America couldn't escort our ships anymore, and the planes coming from Britain couldn't escort the ships. And there's like this 48-hour window where they're in the middle with all the U-boats,
Wow.
and it's a really good movie. Tom Hanks.
Does anyone know if it's on anything other than Apple TV?
No, Apple made it.
It's a production.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they bought the rights to it. Apple spent a lot of money to make sure that they would have exclusive rights to it.
Really?
they did.
To Jimmy's point, I just got a new iPhone. I got it free for a year. I'll share my passcode with you.
Ooh, look at that. Yeah.
Look at us
I like iTunes.
in the public forum just
Yeah.
talking about our shenanigans. Respect.
Well, I saw where Netflix decreased the number of people that they could share with, right? Went from 6 to 3 or something like that.
There was a time there where HBO, when it was just the HBO Go app, now it's HBO Max, that the CEO of HBO said proudly, we're the most pirated. Like, more people share
Yeah.
ours than anyone else.
Yeah.
And he was like, and that's absolutely what we need to do to even get our content out there, to build enough of a name to compete with Netflix, because
Yeah.
Netflix had moved so far ahead
Yeah.
that he was like, yeah.
Well, there's
pirated
always
all the time.
argument about you got to give stuff away for free for a while to get everybody, on board.
And it worked.
Yeah.
I will subscribe. When I finally cut the cord, I will still subscribe to HBO
Do
because I
you-
think they have good content.
Who has better shows, HBO or Netflix?
Well, the problem is they're not the only two in the game.
Yeah.
They're the top two for shows.
It's not comparable. Netflix wins because Netflix makes so much content. They greenlight.
Okay, let me
every-
rephrase. I'm talking show, not like documentaries and shit. I'm saying like who makes the best series?
well,
I mean, HBO did
traditionally
HBO did it
HBO's.
first.
I would say HBO's.
They
my
did it
answer.
first.
traditionally speaking, they have the well to go to from like The Sopranos and The
Like they almost have
Wire.
the most well done shit. Like their shit's amazing.
Yeah. But you look at what Netflix is doing these days, it's pretty damn close.
Yeah, no, I mean Netflix is the only person that could be like, tomorrow our shit's $25 and no one's gonna give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, because they have such a deep well of,
Yeah.
of that's what I'm saying. They greenlight everything.
Yeah.
So like even the stuff that kind of sucks, you're like, hey, it's new content. Like,
Yeah, and that whole 1, 2, 3 in the USA thing is brilliant too.
Oh, I
'Cause
love
everyone's- Yeah.
What? I have no idea what that is.
At the top of the screen, it tells
Yeah.
you what are the most popular things that people are watching.
Oh, yeah.
They'll do
They're
trending in
downloading.
your area, trending in the U.S. They're
Yeah.
like,
Despite it being a great movie, I think the entire Greyhound movie could have been shot on an iPhone
Really?
and CGI. But I was watching, I was like, man.
we're not far off from that happening.
Right.
Oh, they've done that. I mean, they've shot movies on iPhones. Like, that's a thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
It is.
My
Good
kids know
stuff.
how to make movies. My kids, like, do little skits and edit and
Right.
insert, like,
Well, the phone comes
jokes
with
and crazy stuff. Like, they
Yeah.
have apps and stuff. Like, it's crazy.
I did have to have a talk with my daughters the other day because they keep recording like over and over and over and over all these things, and I was like, guys,
gotta get
just
rid of some of
please,
it, yeah.
Could you just like come up with a script, have a beginning, a middle, and an end? I don't care if it's just 3 minutes, but like,
Yeah.
there's no point and there's no end.
Right.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yeah, you are.
We'll get there. Little Coppolas.
Yeah.
You got to
Sophia.
start. You got to start somewhere. Got to start somewhere.
Yeah, make Godfather
and you
3.
got to end somewhere too. And that's what I'm doing
That's
now.
where we are.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you taking the time to join us again this week. If you haven't had a chance to rate and review, please do so. Send any topics you have to insidethepalatehouse@gmail.com. We'd love
We
to
need
hear
'em.
from you because Lord knows you haven't been sending shit lately. Unbelievable. The downloads are going up. The emails are going down. It's a
It's
horrible bell curve.
We enjoy interacting. That's what makes this show great.
I'd like to. Speaking of interacting, you can always head over to our Facebook page. You can find us Inside the Pallet House podcast. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
Or at ITPH on Instagram or Twitter. I recognize our Instagram page is weak. So is Twitter.
Yeah.
Cool.
Still. Yours probably is weak, too.
You can always send you can always send us money at Venmo. We would appreciate it. Troy, what's that handle?
At Inside the Pallet House.
That is the one. Feel free to send us money. We'll buy delis with it. Like
That's
Zing
right.
Zhu. We actually
Yeah.
got one this week. This is officially one of the ones that Flo is buying.
And,
So,
when you go buy it yourself, you'll enjoy it. And then you'll feel honored to give us some money.
there you go. Take a page out of Ely's book. Give to those in need.
That's right.
We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace out.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
I do.